Hey guys. This is part 2 of What If Naruto Became the Assistant of Negi Springfield. Hit like and subscribe if you like this one, and also please check the author in the description. Let's start.
We are paid, that's all. We are God.
Chapter 5, Days Before Kyoto. Naruto lied in his room, smiling to himself as he remembered the week he spent with the class. He found all the girls nice, if not interesting to hang out with. He still can't believe some of them were in middle school looking at their bodies. Some of the girls there had bodies most 20-year-olds would kill to have. A small perverted smile formed on his lips when he remembered the time he actually went to the girls' dorm bathhouse on Wednesday night. Flashback. I have got to pay attention next time when Cha-chan gives me directions, Naruto grumbled as he carried around a duffel bag of clothes with him lost in the girls' dorm. Maybe I should ask for help. But what happens if they think I'm a pervert for asking? But I'll never get clean, GH. Naruto shouted, falling to his knees in front of a dorm. I don't know what to do. Keep it down out there. A voice came from the door in front of him. The door opened to reveal Asuna in casual clothes. Huh! Naruto, what are you doing here? Asuna-chan, Naruto said. Getting up, he went to her and asked, do you mind helping me find the bath to this place? Why do you need to find the bath? She eyed him warily. Naruto rolled his eyes. The so-called landlord of my place doesn't want to share the only shower there. So my roommate gave me directions to this place, but I zoned out. I wasn't going to do something to offend you girls, especially since I am a teacher. I still don't trust that claim, Asuna replied. Come inside and wait there. Naruto quirked his eyebrow but shrugged. He walked into the dorm and saw it was pretty cozy, more so than his original apartment. There were a couple of giant pillows in the middle with a coffee table. To the right of the room was a bunk bed, probably for Asuna and her roommate. A small kitchen/dining room was to the left, as well as a desk to the far side of the room. Naruto then noticed that there was a futon near the couch. Hey Asuna, who do you live with? Naruto asked curiously. Asuna was going through her closet as he looked around at the pictures around the dorm. It was very cozy in his opinion. I live with Kanoka and Negi, she replied as she went through her closet. They're out right now getting groceries. Naruto just hummed his reply. After 4 minutes she came back out holding a towel and a robe. Once again Naruto raised an eyebrow to this. Should I ask why are you in that? What else do you think, fish cake? Asuna huffed, I'm going to the bathhouse with you. Wow Asuna, are you trying to make moves on me? Naruto mocked. I'm surprised, I mean we aren't supposed to have this kind of relationship. I'm a teacher and you're a student. Baka! She did a chop to his head which he sidestepped. I'm only doing this to keep an eye on you, Asuna said with a blush. So you didn't look at me enough when Negi blasted my clothes off? Naruto asked, smirking. Asuna saw red and pushed past him. Let's just go, okay? Naruto kept a snicker to himself as he followed her. She opened a set of double doors and Naruto saw one of the most extensive bathhouses in his life. It put the ones in Konoha to shame. Nice digs, Naruto remarked. Yeah, it is why this dorm is one of the most wanted dorms to be in. We have one of the best bathhouses in the school. Is there any place I can get out of my clothes? Asuna pointed to a small door to the side. Naruto nodded and walked in. He stripped off his work clothes and put on some trunks, expecting this to happen. When he came back out, Asuna in a one-piece bathing suit, sitting in the bath looking into space. He shrugged and went to the showers. Turning on the hot water and Naruto let it go down his body. He then put shampoo in his hair and soaped his body, then washed it out. Turning off the shower, he walked over to Asuna and sat down, also staring off to space. There were a few moments of silence before Naruto spoke. I saw you looking at me. He smirked when he saw Asuna blush. What do you mean you saw me looking at you? Wouldn't that make you be watching me? She accused. Well, you are a beautiful girl. Why wouldn't I want to look at you? Naruto commented nonchalantly. He then heard his companion stutter out a few things, causing his smirk to widen. I think she's taking a bath, Negi, Naruto heard the familiar voice of Kanoka coming from the other side of the door. He was proved right as he saw both Negi and Kanoka walking, both in bathing suits too. Negi was in green trunks while Kanoka was in a similar one-piece bathing suit as Asuna. Must be school-issued, Naruto thought. Asuna, are you in there? Kanoka stopped seeing her best friend relaxing in the bath with their new sensei. What is going on here? Negi asked, blushing. Naruto tilted his head and waved offhandedly. Yo! Asuna-chan here helped me find the bath since my current landlord won't share. Isn't that right, Asuna-chan? He got no response. Asuna-chan? Naruto turned to look at her, only to find her with an atomic blush looking away. What's wrong? And nothing, Asuna lied. Naruto knew she was lying but decided to drop it. You guys going to join in? He asked. They both nodded, going into the bath. So what's up, guys? Nothing much, Naruto. Negi sighed with a small smile. He may not like baths, but it was calming sometimes. Just getting prepared for our trip on Monday. Grading a few papers here and there and usual teacher stuff. That's good to hear. Give me some of the papers after this, and I'll help grade them, Negi, Naruto said with his foxy grin. Negi nodded furiously, happy to get some work off his hands. How about you, Kanoka-chan? Naruto turned his attention to the brown-haired girl. The same as every day. Go to school, do homework and feed both Negi and Asuna, she said with a kind smile. Naruto noticed that she would glance at him every once in a while just like Asuna did, blushing afterwards but not as hard as Asuna. As her friends talked animatedly, Asuna didn't dare to make eye contact with the blonde. This had occurred in her dream with him. They were alone in the pool when he confessed that he loved her, and they were making out. I shouldn't be thinking of him like this. I like Takahata-sensei, Asuna thought. She dared look at the blonde and noticed that he was laughing alongside Negi and Kanoka at some joke they told each other. A small smile graced Asuna's lips as she watched him. She then saw him looking at her through the corner of his eye. He lifted his left hand up and wagged his finger as if he had caught her doing something bad. Heat rushed to her cheeks and she looked away. After a good 5 minutes sitting in the bath, they heard a commotion outside. The door opened to reveal the rest of the class of 3A. Thankfully they all had bathing suit, for they remembered the last time they came in without any clothes, leaving a very embarrassed Asuna and Negi. Naruto soaked in all their figures. Some caused him to blush like Kid, Mana, Asakura and Chizuru, while others were a letdown like the twins. It sent a shiver down his spine. Thinking of them like that made him feel a little bit like Orochimaru, the pedophile that he was. A Negi-sensei is here and so is Naruto-sensei, cried out a pink-haired girl. Her hair was put into 2 pigtails, and had a happy smile on her face. Oh hello Maki, Negi addressed the pink-haired girl. Girls. Yo! Naruto said, turning his head to them. Naruto-sensei, what are you doing here? Ayaka Yukihiro, aka the class rep, asked. You are not doing anything perverted with those girls, are you? Nope, Naruto answered. Then a smile like that of a hunter finding its prey appeared. He then sat up straighter and flashed everyone one of his trademark grins. Well, unless they want me to, that is, he seemingly purred out. This caused many of the girls to get nosebleeds. Naruto Asuna said threateningly behind. Fine, I won't do anything to the girls, Naruto said. Asuna smiled at that, but it faltered the moment she heard him finish the statement. Because Asuna doesn't want to share. All the girls surrounding her shouted at Asuna, demanding answers. Asuna was mad and looked for the blonde to tell him to take that back. She then noticed him standing in the doorway fully clothed in a white t-shirt and some jogging pants, his duffel bag over his shoulder. He gave her a smirk and a wink before gently closing the door. I'm going to kill him. Flashback end. Naruto smiled, remembering the next day Asuna tried to beat him up, but he just avoided her attack and went on with trying to get to know the rest of the students in class. Naruto then remembered the small prank war between himself and Fuka and Fumika. This had him laughing to himself for a while, remembering the looks on the entire class when the day was over. Flashback. Naruto was going to walk into class when he noticed a little bit of tripped wire on the floor. Naruto got a coin from his pocket and flicked it towards the string, setting it off. In front of him 6 water balloons hit the floor. I wonder who is targeting me, he thought as he walked past the puddle of water. Around the corner a pair of twins were looking at their new teacher. I can't believe we couldn't get him, Fuka Narutaki exclaimed. She was the older of the 2 twins and the more mischievous. Wani-san, I think it is a bad idea to prank Naruto-sensei, Fumika said to her older sister. Unlike her sister, this girl is that exact opposite of her. She is nice and likes to clean, even though she goes along with the pranks her sister goes through. But if we can't even prank Naruto-sensei, we will never be able to go up on our training from Kid, Fuka said. Fine, Fumika sighed. Unknown to them, a Naruto clone was standing by them, eavesdropping in on their conversation. Having felt their presence, Naruto decided to leave a clone to find out what was going on. The clone smirked and poofed out of existence. In the classroom, Naruto was speaking to Evangeline while the rest of the kids in the class were doing the light English work Negi gave them. He had learned English by some chance a few days ago after a rather painful headache. Naruto shrugged it off, guessing it was one of those kami-induced information pills. His eyes widened when the information from the clone came, making him stop talking to Evangeline about the cottage. Something wrong, idiot? Eva asked. No, everything is fine, Eva-chan, Naruto said, smiling to the vampire. I told you to stop calling me that, she shouted at him. This caught the attention of the entire class. Or would you rather call me the other nickname I gave you back at the cottage? Naruto smiled. You wouldn't dare. Not in public, Eva whispered, terrified. Oh, I would, and you know it, Naruto said, smirking at the little vampire. Fine, she grudgingly agreed. I'll let you call me Eva-chan here. But you can only call me that other name back at the cottage, alright? Naruto nodded and walked away. Back to where Eva was sitting, some of the girls grouped around her desk. What do you fools want? What were you talking about, Aru? A strong tan-skinned blonde-haired girl asked. She was Kufei, the resident martial art expert. It was nothing. Now leave me alone, Evangeline said. You wouldn't be shouting if it was nothing, said a rather busted dark-skinned girl named Mana Tatsumiya. I don't really get into this, but with you being pretty loud it was annoying. We were just talking about problems, Eva said with a tick mark on her forehead. Fine, if you won't tell us, we'll just have to talk to Naruto-sensei about it, Asakura said with a Cheshire grin. Naruto-sensei. Naruto looked up from helping one of the cheerleaders, Sakurako Shina, with her work. Yeah? What were you and Evangeline-san talking about? Asakura asked. Naruto thought for a moment, then shrugged. Nothing serious. We were just discussing who was going to get the groceries today because I had forgotten the schedule Cha-chan set up. Cha-chan? Was the collective question of the class. Yeah, Shichamura set up a schedule for who gets what for the cottage, Naruto said, still helping out the student who seemed not to be paying to the conversation. Wait, how do you know they live in a cottage? Haruna asked. It's because I'm their roommate, Naruto said, finalizing the paper in his hand and showed it to the girl who thanked him for his help. He flashed her a smile, and she blushed at him. He looked up and saw the girls surrounding Evangeline. Get back to work, he shouted. The girls left and irritated Evangeline, who was glaring into the skull of the blonde. Naruto looked at her and released his own amount of killing intent only at Eva. Her eyes widened, not expecting him to actually retaliate in some way, shape, or form like that. Naruto then went on to help others with their work. After a while he saw something strange. There was more trip wire from last time as well as some other things attached to it. Naruto looked around the room to see those trying to prank him. He saw the twins innocently doing the work, except for the fact that Fuka kept looking at him every 5 seconds. Naruto smirked and set off the trap. Everyone watched as 3 pies flew at him from the front. Making sure no one was behind him, Naruto took evasive action. He threw the book in his right hand into the first pie, while dodging to the right. He kicked up his slipper from his left foot and sent it to the left pie. Finally, he then turned a tiny angle so the last pie went whizzing by him, but he stretched out his hand and caught it. Naruto put a finger in it and tasted it. Yum, cherry. Okay, the one who did this has to pay for a new pair of slippers for me, Naruto said with a slight frown. All the girls were surprised at the skills of their sensei, especially one ninja in training. The two pranksters couldn't believe their eyes. Their sensei had managed to block their trap with random objects, and now he wants payment for his slippers. Sensei, how did you do that? Uis asked. Do what? Naruto deadpanned, causing many of the girls to face fault. How did you manage to avoid all those pies? Asuna shouted. Oh, that. It's nothing. My old sensei made me dodge small, rather pointy objects going faster than that, so blocking or dodging things at that speed wasn't too hard, Naruto said, nonchalantly waving it off as nothing. The girls all looked at him, having the same though. What the hell type of school did he go to? The bell then rang out. As the girls packed to leave, Naruto said something from the desk. By the way, I know who did it. I suggest you check everywhere on your way home, giving off a maniacal laugh. The laugh made Eva flush a little bit, thinking it was cute. The twins were sweating bullets as they left the room, Fuka swearing she saw a dark glint in Naruto's eye when she turned around. He won't really do anything, right? Fumika questioned her sister. I'm pretty sure he won't, hopefully. That is a really confident answer, Fumika said worriedly. NMC. Fuka and Fumika looked around every corner as they got to the dorms. They jumped at almost every single thing they heard behind them, thinking it was Naruto. When they arrived at their front door, they let out a sigh of relief. I told you he wouldn't do anything, Fuka said with a smile. Her sister nodded, but as they stepped on their welcome mat, the twins heard a small crack. Looking down, they saw a twig on the mat, which had snapped when they stepped on it. They then saw a small string be released from the twig, which flew up the railing onto the ceiling. Following it with their eyes, they looked up only to be soaked with water from a bucket hanging above their door. They stared wide-eyed in disbelief as they stood there wet. On the bucket, there was a message which said, "You have to try harder than that. I'm a prank king," with a chibi Naruto doing a peace sign. Fuka said, narrowing her eyes. One-sen, I know what you are thinking and I completely agree, Fumika said. This means war, they said in unison. So throughout the next day, various pranks were pulled off by both the twins and Naruto. Most of which included a few buckets of paint, pitfalls, pie, silly string, and rather unwelcoming cameras. However, as much as the twins tried, they never seemed to catch their sensei. He seemingly knew where their traps were and avoided them. The whoopee cushion they put on his chair somehow appeared on one of theirs, and almost all of their skills were not on par with his. Unlike them, however, Naruto scored many pranks on the twins. That is what the scene is right now. The two girls were hanging from a tree with some rope. They were covered in feathers and had a red rubber glove on them. As they slowly rotated in their position, they each glared at the grinning blonde. Truce? He asked. The twins let out a sigh of defeat. Truce. Naruto cut them down and untied them. Naruto said he will talk to them after they have cleaned up. After a good time in the bath, the girls went to look for Naruto. When they found him, he was on one of the branches of the world tree and looking at the sunset. The girls took their time and reached the branch they were on. What did you want to talk about, Naruto-sensei? Fumika asked. I wanted to know why you kept pranking me? He said, not looking to the girls. It's training, Fuka said. Training? Yeah, we are trying to hone our skills so we can prank Kid, Fumika explained. Why do you want to prank her? We can't really say, Fuka said. Naruto nodded. They stood like that for a good 5 minutes just watching the sunset. Naruto took out a slip of paper from his jeans and gave it to Fuka. Huh, sensei, what's this? Read it when you get home, was all he said. Now get going, I intend to stay here a bit longer. The twins nodded and slowly went down the tree. When they were out of hearing range, Naruto spoke up seemingly to no one. You can come out now, Kid, or should I say Ninja-san? For a few moments there was nothing but some falling leaves. Then a figure fell from a branch above. It was revealed to be Kid in a ninja outfit. How did you know it was me? Better yet, how did you know I was a ninja de Gozaru? Kid asked. He turned to face her and smiled. I felt someone following me for a while now, but I couldn't really guess who it was. I figured it out yesterday when you didn't seem too surprised at me doing what I did in the class to avoid the pies in class. As for the ninja thing, well, who else can be as sneaky as a ninja? But I peg you to be a chunin, or maybe low jounin in rank. You are very perceptive, de Gozaru, Kid relied with a smile. Got all of that from just looking at me? Naruto nodded. May I ask what rank you are then, de Gozaru? I would be considered a Kage after my last mission, Naruto said offhandedly. Kid's eyes widened, if they could, at the notion. In front of her was what considered to be one of the strongest in the ninja world, a Kage. The last of the Kage class were gone except probably for a 60-year-old woman in her home village, yet her very own sensei who was not even in his 20s was a Kage. Naruto saw the disbelief in her face and shook his head. I'll show you one day, Ki-chan. I promise, he said, jumping off the branch and landing in a crouch, walking off into the night. Kid watched her sensei with interest after that. Maybe I should ask to train with him one day, she idly thought. She looked to where he was standing and saw a small inscription. Sleep with one eye open was what it said. Kid did what it told, thinking something was going to happen. By morning nothing actually did happen, so she put it off as to him trying to scare her. As she reached class, she noticed the twins were animatedly talking to Naruto and laughing. She continued and took her seat, but she didn't expect for the chair to break under her weight, which set off another trap which sent an arrow with a suction cup to her forehead. On the arrow it had a note saying, "We got you, Kid," with the twins' picture on it. She looked up to see them laughing. The twins high-fived each other and hugged Naruto, thanking them for the advice. He smiled at them and then at her. I told you to keep your eye open, Kid-chan, Naruto said with a smirk. Flashback end. Kid decided to train the twins harder after that, and she also started to talk to Naruto more. They spoke about times as a ninja, their training and other miscellaneous things. He sometimes caught her staring at him from time to time. The next memory that came to mind was the time the class dragged him and Negi to do karaoke. The cheerleaders insisted it, and the whole class agreed, dragging them to a karaoke bar. Flashback start. Negi, tell me again why we are doing this, Naruto asked. I don't know, Naruto and I-san. The girls just took me here too, Negi sighed. Naruto was glad Negi took up calling him an I-san, because in truth it made him feel like an older brother, which he took the role quite well. He helped Negi from every time he needed help, but also made sure he actually took a bath, much to Asuna's pleasure. However, the two were in a soundproof room with a lot of leather. In the center of the room was a large table full of snack. They were surrounded by their class, who were singing into a mic following some words on a TV. At least everyone is having fun, right? Naruto nodded, smiling that the girls were for once acting normal. The two looked up to see Misa finishing a song, and Asakura took the mic, being the self-proclaimed announcer for the karaoke night they have. Negi-sensei, would you like to sing for us? She asked. Negi tried to decline, but agreed with much reluctance. He got up and decided to look for a song. Misa took his seat and sat next to Naruto. You have a good voice, Misa-chan, Naruto complimented her. Misa blushed. Thanks, Naruto-sensei, but I'm not really that good. What do you mean not good? That was great singing, he whispered. I bet your boyfriend loves the sound of your voice. How do you know I have a boyfriend? She asked, shocked. Like my godfather, Naruto started, I'm really good at getting information, especially since he kept taking me to his researches every time we traveled, Naruto said, using air quotes for research alongside a small smile. I always thought it was stupid he was doing, but it made him who he was. That's good to hear, sensei, Misa said, smiling. Will the class ever get to meet him? Naruto shook his head. No, you won't be able. He died 2 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry, sensei. I didn't mean to ask. It's okay, I miss him and all, but we cannot change the past. So don't lose your boyfriend, Kei, Naruto said with a small smile to her. Oh, it looks like Negi is done. Misa looked up to see that in fact Negi was done. Naruto's head snapped up when he heard his name being called up. But I can't sing. It doesn't matter, Naruto-sensei, Misa said. Just sing whatever, we won't really judge you. Right, girls? The rest of the class agreed. Naruto hung his head in defeat and took the mic and looked through the songs. He go to one that got his attention and put it into the machine. He closed his eyes till the music started. When it started, he opened his eyes. Closer by an Owe Joe once again not owned by me. Majika and Iaru Mano. Tsun and I Kiwatsukatai Amari and I Chikasajite. Maya Shinatesha Mesu. Anata Jie Seikin Taiken Shida. Shiaways wa Tai Nandi Suka. Megamuresajite. Omada Sinai Kamo. Ayame Koko and I are Yukoto. Iki Washai Tirakoto. Tada Sword Dake no Koto Jie. Kisiki Ditukazuku. Majika and Iaru Mano. Tsun and I Kiwatsukatai Amari and I Chikasajite. Maya Shinatesha Mesu. You know, the closer you get to something, the tougher it is to see it. And I'll never take it for granted. Let's go. Haidoda Sukwi Gizentu. Yobu Yatsura mo ir Yukido. Shinjurin no mo Yutagao no mo. Hito Sorzor Dakara. Tato Kari and I Sorjie. Gizen de Ada Tashite mo. Darika was Sukweta Nara. Soria Mushiro Nani Yori mo Zuto. Suzuka Tekata Yum. Akaramazuni Susum Yo Nanti. Kirai Koto wa Yarahodo. Nanamo Deki Chinai Kido. Haito Nijirai no Yuki wa Mune and I. Ashida wa Kinikatame and I. And I'll never take it for granted. Let's go. Musical break. Majika and Iaru Mano. Tsun and I Kiwatsukatai Amari and I Chikasajite. Maya Shinatesha Mesu. You know, the closer you get to something, the tougher it is to see it. And I'll never take it for granted. Suzuka Tekata Yum. Akaramazuni Susum Yo Nanti. Kirai Koto wa Yarahodo. Nanamo Deki Chinai Kido. Haito Nijirai no Yuki wa Mune and I. Ashida wa Kinikatame and I. And I'll never take it for granted. Let's go. When he turned around, he saw that all the girls were looking at him with mouths agape. Even Negi was staring at him. He scratched the back of his head sheepishly and asked, was it that bad? Was it bad? Misa started. It was awesome, the class shouted. We never knew you could sing, Sensei, Kanoka said. To be honest, I think that was bad, Naruto said. Nonsense, that was really good, and I-san, Negi said. Encore! 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 The girls shouted. You sure? All the girls agreed. Fine, but Negi has to sing with me. That is the only condition to me singing again. The class proceeded to push Negi up. Damn, I was hoping that would dissuade them. So Negi, what song should we sing? How about this one? Negi said, pointing to a song. Naruto shrugged and put the song in. Remember by Flow, not owned by me. Naruto. Kakinare Sanzaiwa. Koko and I are you too. Arata na tabi jie iame hajimaru. Naruto. Kawari yuka kazetsu no nakawa. Ikiniku tabi and I bokura. Chia tutsuyosa wa ti and I read Aikido. Negi sadface just looks like a survival game. Naruto. Nagareta Kujika no Naka and I. Okazari and I Shida Omowa. Wajirita Koto Sura Wajiritida. Negi. Kujur Kakita Toki Kataku Wishit. Dita Bokura Hitori Janai. Negi and Naruto. Sarakides Kenjawa. Banja no Omowa. Namadame Jie Unmiai Wakityuku. Yami and I Achineres Kodawa. Kito Ariyo. Onaji Atami no Hata no Moto da. Naruto. Atsuri Yukukioku no Nakada. Kawaranai Taisetsu na Manowa. Mitsuketasu Tashite Samyat Ita. Negi. Bakyaka no Hate Dita no wa. Wazuka Demo Tashika na Nakumari. Negi and Naruto. Sarakides Kenjawa. Banja no Omowa. Namadame Jie Unmiai Wakityuku. Yami and I Achineres Kodawa. Kito Ariyo. Onaji Atami no Hata no Moto da. Negi and Naruto. Saraki Days Kanjawa. Banja no Omowa. Namadame Jie unmiai wa kityuku. Yami and I achi nere skoda wa. Kito eriyo. Kaki nere sanzai. Koko and I are you too. Hai baikano akatsuki no Sora and I. Flashback end. Naruto smiled one more time as he remembered what happened today and the misconceptions between the relationship of himself, Negi and Kanoka. Flashback start. The three cheerleaders Misa, Madoka and Sakurako were out shopping for clothes, however they kept getting distracted. They all stopped when they saw something out of the ordinary. Hey girls, isn't that Negi-sensei, Naruto-sensei and Kanoka? Misa said. The other two looked and in fact there were the mentioned three. Kanoka was wearing a white sweater over a black dress, boots and a hat that matched her sweater. Negi was in a blue and white sweater and brown slacks. Naruto had on an orange sweater, black jeans with an orange vest and a pair of big headphones around his neck. Negi was walking a little bit ahead of the other two, while Naruto and Kanoka were practically touching each other. What are they doing? Madoka asked. Hey Negi-kun, Naruto-kun, how about this one? Kanoka asked, holding up a long-sleeved shirt. That looks cute, Kanoka-san, Negi said. It really suits you. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing you in that, Naruto said, putting an arm around Kanoka's shoulder, making the girl blush. What is going on here? The cheerleaders thought. They huddled up together and started speculating a few things. Is that a date? Sakurako asked the other two. I know Negi-kun is too young to be dating Kanoka right now, he's just 10, Madoka said. But Naruto and his flirtatious ways may have him and Kanoka dating. So you mean Naruto and Kanoka are dating? Sakurako said. For some reason this does not sit well with Misa, but she didn't know why. If they are, then why is Negi with them? Misa said. I know that Kanoka has to go to those meetings for arranged marriages set up by her grandfather, Sakurako said. And you see how Naruto is around her. He is really nice to her and helps her out. So maybe Naruto had convinced Kanoka to elope with him in the future, Madoka said. That still doesn't explain why Negi-kun is with them. Misa frowned. Here is my guess, Madoka said. Since Negi lives with Kanoka, she probably mothers him. While Naruto acts like a big brother figure towards him. So maybe they decided once they elope they will adopt Negi as their kid to be a family. Oh my God! We have called the authorities, Misa said. You mean the staff room? Sakurako shouted. You idiot, that would get both of them fired for already planning this. Madoka asked. I finally get a day off, and now? Asuna said from the other end of the phone call Misa made. Stop sleeping until noon. We've got trouble, look at this. She sent the picture of the trio, Negi smiling at the two older teens, while Naruto had his arm around Kanoka's shoulder. Something is wrong here. Tell me those two aren't going to elope and claim Negi as their kid. It took a moment before a reply. I'm going back to sleep, there is no way that what you said will happen. Hey Asuna, don't go back to sleep, Misa shouted. Hey girls, they're on the move again, Madoka informed them. She saw both Negi and Naruto turn around and hid in the corner. Negi-kun, Naruto-kun, is there something wrong? Kanoka asked both of her companions. Nothing, they both said at the same time. Kanoka-san, I'm sorry, but it's finally your day off and I know you'd rather spend it getting ready for the trip on the day after tomorrow, right? Negi apologized, twiddling his fingers. Yeah, I'm sorry too. I really didn't want to intrude on your day off too, Naruto said, scratching the back of his head. No, I'm happy, seeing the two of you being worried about me. Naruto and Negi looked at each other and smiled at her kindness. Naruto looped his right arm with Kanoka's left and his left with Negi's, making them move forward. Oh my gosh! They look like a good family, Sakurako said. They might be able to pull this off, Madoka interjected. Misa just nodded, but felt an odd lump in her chest when she agreed that they did look cute together like that. They proceeded to tell Asuna what they thought of the trio and sent her a picture of the three. Negi was sharing a float drink with Kanoka while Naruto had an ice cream cone. Some spilled on his cheek and Nodoka licked it off. The scene made Misa's eye twitch. They didn't expect the class rep to ask them to stop whatever was happening over there, which the cheerleaders agreed. So each time the little family went to buy something, they interrupted by buying it first. Damn, there are a lot of violent people in the city, right, Negi? Naruto commented, sweat dropped. Yes, and pretty greedy too. They bought everything we wanted, Negi responded. Well, at least we got these. They should be enough, Konoka said, smiling. As the cheerleaders followed them, they came to the scene with Negi resting on Konoka's lap, as she rested her back against Naruto's back. I'm so envious. Damn that Konoka, Misa grunted. Misa, you can do that with your boyfriend anytime, Madoka deadpan. Yeah, but we don't have a little kid wanting to be our child, Misa pouted. Still, the scene made her ache to an extent. It really bothered her, yet she didn't understand. Naruto-kun, look at his sleeping face, he's still a child, isn't he? Konoka said motherly. Yeah, Konoka-chan, he is, Naruto said, shifting his position so she rested her head on his shoulder. I think you pushed him a little too far today. Well, I hope this works. She made an odd gesture and said, fatigue, go away. Naruto watched intently as he saw some magic in her finger. I remember now, the card. It will appear if kiss. She turned to Naruto as if asking for permission. Sure, whatever floats your boat, Konoka-chan, Naruto said. I'd kiss you too if a card like that would appear, but it won't, will it? Nope, no it won't. Can I get a kiss anyway? He joked. Maybe after I get the card, Konoka teased. She then bent down to kiss Negi. Konoka, wait! The cheerleaders screamed. I guess I shouldn't, I mean he is just a kid, Konoka said, giggling. Naruto was chuckling behind her. They then saw the cheerleaders fall out of some bushes. Era? Hold it right there. The two looked at the incoming Ayaka and Asuna coming towards them. Negi is sleeping on her lap. And she's leaning against Naruto, Ayaka said, pointing at them accusingly. Konoka, are you really going to? Asuna said, with a slight tremble in her voice, looking at how the three looked right now. Huh? Did you figure it out? Naruto said. Why is everyone here? Negi asked, waking up. It seems like they found out, Negi-kun, Konoka said. Naruto nodding behind her. I thought they'd be more surprised, Negi said. So does that mean you three are going to? Asuna said. Well, we had no choice, Naruto interjected. It may be one day early, but happy early birthday, Asuna-san, Negi said, presenting a gift to her. Konoka was smiling, and Naruto put a supportive hand on Negi's shoulders. Misa had a small smile, knowing that Naruto wouldn't actually elope with Konoka, as did Asuna. It's an organ that plays Asuna's favorite tune, Konoka explained. Oh, we got gifts for you too, the cheerleaders said, giving her the things they bought. Thank you everyone, Asuna said, shedding tears of joy. I'm so happy. The cheerleaders tried to escape but were caught and had a verbal beating from the class rap / Flashback end. Naruto looked at the clock and it said it was midnight. Going to the drawer, he picked up a tiny rectangle wrapped in some paper. He used Hiroshin to get to the dorms since he decided to leave a tag there. He appeared with a yellow flash in front of the doorway of Negi's room, only to be greeted by an Asuna in pajamas. Why did you tell me to come out at midnight, fish cake? Asuna asked tiredly. I wanted to give a different gift, Naruto said. He tossed her the wrapped present and said, I hope you like it. He then flashed away. Asuna walked inside and opened it, to reveal a CD saying happy birthday. Asuna put it in her CD player and put on some headphones. She listened and found that it was one of her favorite songs. She looked to the back and it had a track listing, all of which were songs she liked. A note fell out and it said, I asked Konoka what was your favorite songs and decided to make a CD for your birthday. I'm giving this to you as a sign to asking if we're finally cool with each other? I mean, we did have a rough start, right? So happy birthday, Asuna. Chibi. Naruto was smiling at her. Baka, we're friends already, Asuna thought. I still should thank him tomorrow on the train. She drifted off to sleep listening to the CD. Chapter 6. First day of the Kyoto trip. Rays of sunlight filtered its way into Negi's, Konoka's and Asuna's dorm. As it reached Negi's face, he awoke, before his alarm clock. He stopped the alarm clock and exclaimed, Good morning, to the rest of the room. With unimaginable speeds, Negi got dressed. Yahoo! I've been waiting for this day for a long time, the day of the school trip. Asuna-san. Kanoka-san. Get up, we can't be late. Damn, you're noisy, Negi, Asuna mumbled as she groggily woke up. Do we have to go right now? Actually, since I'm a teacher, I have to be there early, Negi responded. That's good, I'm going back to sleep, Asuna said. As Negi got out of the room, Asuna was helping him look nice. Do you have our guidebook? Yes. How about your passport and a change of clothes? Yes. I had everything prepared the day before yesterday, Negi said impatiently. Okay, I'm going off first. Let's get prepared too, Asuna, Kanoka said. I'll make breakfast too. That sounds great, Kanoka, as she headed back into the dorm. I've been really looking forward to this trip. I mean, I get to stay in the ancient capital of Japan for 5 days. School trips are great, Negi said as he sped through the campus. Don't get carried away, Aniki, Chamo said as he appeared on Negi's shoulder. We also have to deliver that letter to the head of the Kansai Magic Association. Right, then afterwards we can go to where the Thousand Master used to live, Negi said enthusiastically. This is going to be the busiest I will be since I started being a teacher. He spun around, but bumped into somebody and fell to the floor. Sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going. Enmei, Eva's cottage, same time. Naruto was sleeping soundly in his futon, dreaming about ramen and being Hokage. It was really good dream. But sadly most good things must come to an end. For Naruto, this came crashing down on him when a large amount of ice-cold water hit him. Gah! Naruto sat up in his futon looking at the attacker. Next to him he saw a smirking Evangeline. What the hell, Kyuubi-chan? I was having a good dream. Well, today is the day of the school trip, idiot, so I suggest you get going, Evangeline said. Naruto looked at Teehee clock and frowned, but it's only 5:30 in the morning. Eva hit Naruto in the head with her fist. Baka! You have to be there early since you're a teacher. Oh, I see, Naruto yawned as he got up from the futon. He went to his dresser and pulled out a gray suit and a blue button-up shirt. I won't go with a tie today. He took off his shirt, revealing his body when he remembered something. Aren't you going to leave the room, Eva-chan? He said over his shoulder. Why should I? It is my cottage, she replied. He guessed she was frowning since he couldn't see. Whatever you say then. He then took off his shorts to reveal a frog-themed boxers. Baka! What are you doing? I was getting ready, he said, turning around. He was greeted by a blushing Eva. I asked if you were going to get out or not, and you said no. He walked over to where she stood near the wall and placed a hand next to her head. He leaned in and whispered huskily into her ear. Besides, I was thinking you liked the show. Baka! Eva shouted as she tried to kick him in the balls, only for Naruto to catch the kick. He gently massaged circles onto the leg, eliciting a small gasp from Evangeline. Now, Eva-chan, that wasn't nice, not nice at all, he continued whispering into her ear. Now would kindly get out. He moved back and put her leg down, but ghosting over it with his fingers. I'll get you for this, Eva swore with a frown and a very deep shade of red on her face. I swear it. She then walked out of the door and slammed it. That idiot is way too much like Nagi, it's disturbing, she thought. She then walked back upstairs to rest and forget all about what just happened. Maybe I should lay off the heavy flirting for now, Naruto said, shaking his head. Damn, Ika. It's starting to corrupt me. Naruto then changed his underwear and put on his suit. He picked up his bag and put various scrolls into it, then slung it over his shoulders, securing it in place. Next, Naruto went to the corner of the room and picked up a guitar case. Since the whole karaoke night a few days back, he had decided to take up learning to play various instruments. So far he is learning how to play the guitar, bass, piano and drums. He then slung that over his other shoulder. The card on his table caught his eye. Should I bring it? He said to no one in particular, as he scratched his chin. Sighing, he picked up the card and put it in his pocket. Walking out of the room, he noticed Shikamaru preparing breakfast. Cha-chan, how come you aren't prepared for the trip? It is because I am going to stay here with Master, Shikamaru replied. Why she's not going too? Naruto asked curiously. No, she cannot leave the campus at all, Naruto-sensei. Why? A seal keeps her here on campus, as well as seal her powers. I see, Naruto said, going on to think. Well, I gotta go, Cha-chan, take care. Naruto was about to leave when he turned to the table, grabbed a few pieces of toast and eggs, eating them at a rapid pace, then washed them down with some tea. Thanks for the food, Cha-chan. He then rushed to the door, ruffling the hair of Cha-Chizero as she watched him run out of the cottage. See you in a week, Zero-chan. Bye-bye, Blondie, Cha-Chizero happily replied as she watched her new housemate out the door. Naruto was running through the woods and reached the campus, having a few minutes before he was required to be at the station. He looked at the stores as some of them opened up early, but skidded to a stop when he saw a bookstore open. You have got to be kidding me, Naruto grumbled under his breath. He jogged up to the front desk, after picking up a familiar green book. Hey buddy, how much have you sold of these already? Naruto asked as he pointed at Ika Beginnings. Oh, about a couple thousand, to high school students and university kids, lazily said the teen from behind the desk. And that is just from this store alone. These damn things sell like hotcakes on a winter morning. He finished reading his own copy of the book. I'm assuming that all the students who bought it were old enough, right? He said a little threateningly. Of course, sir. We always checked for IDs to make sure they are at an appropriate age to get the book, the cashier said, letting out a perverted giggle. Naruto sighed in relief. Thank Kami. I didn't want to be the one responsible for corrupting the kids in this day and age. This made the cashier look up and stared wide-eyed at Naruto. Naruto became a little apprehensive at the look. Can I help you? You wrote the book? The cashier nearly shouted. Not really, I just rewrote it. It was my godfather's original work. I just re-edited it and republished it, Naruto answered unsurely. Why? The cashier said, shaking. Can I have an autograph? The cashier stood up, offering Naruto his book and a marker. Naruto's sweat dropped. Sure? He took the items and wrote his autograph on it. Yay! Just wait till my friends see this. I actually met Naruto Namikaze, the author of one of the best books in the world, the cashier said, hugging the book lovingly. So when is the next one coming out? Can I have a copy already, can I? He asked, looking like a little kid. Well, look at the time, I have to go, see ya, Naruto said as he bolted out of the story. Damn, is that how Ero-sennin felt when he meets crazed fans? Naruto thought as he raced to the station. He stepped onto the platform and bumped into someone. He heard the person say an apology, and looked down. Negi! You made it. Hey Chamo, how you doing? I'm doing well, Hige-sama. I like the book, by the way, it is a masterpiece. Can I get you to sign my copy? Chamo greeted as he puffed a little smoke from his cigar. Naruto coughed and made a motion to Chamo to drop the subject and nodded towards Negi. Chamo nodded, willing to get a signature later. Negi looked curiously at the two of them before shrugging. Naruto and Ai-san, it's good to see you too, Negi replied. Let's get to the train now, shall we? Naruto nodded as he helped his associate up. They walked to the platform to see that a majority of the class is there. Wow! They all came early. Looking forward to Kyoto, haven't you, Negi-kun? Maki asked her, the child teacher. Yes. Naruto joined them and looked at the librarian group. Why are you bringing pillows? He asked, with Yuna seconding the question. I can't stand changing pillows, Nodoka said, holding her pillow up. I cannot sleep on other pillows, Yu said, holding up her pillow. You two are alike, Akeo replied. She then turned her head towards Naruto and stared for a moment. Naruto turned his head, feeling someone looking at him. Do you need something, Akeo-chan? And nothing, Naruto-sensei, Akeo stuttered, blushing. Classes 3A, 3D, 3J and 3S, please head towards your homeroom, teacher Soyu, for roll call and division into groups, Shizuna announced. Naruto turned and raised an eyebrow towards Negi, who was waving a flag that said 3A. Over here, girls, Negi cheered. Naruto and Ai-san, can you please check off the people who arrive? Sure, why not? Naruto took the clipboard and put his pack down on a seat. Let's get started. Group 1 Misa Kakizaki, Madoka Kugamiya, Sakurako Shina, Fuka and Fumika Naritaki. Kanoka SAN Class 3A is over here! Fuka shouted out the window. The twins are sure alike. They're noisy, Misa said jokingly. Ah, come on, it's more fun that way, Madoka said. Negi-kun, Naruto-kun, the birthday party the day before yesterday was fun, Sakurako said. Hey, that's no fair, you got play with our sensei's, Fumika pouted. It was fun, let's do it again sometime, Negi said. Eren, Naruto-kun, is that your guitar? Misa asked. Yeah, after going to karaoke with you guys I decided to learn some music. It's pretty soothing, Naruto replied, smiling at her, causing her to blush. I'd love to hear you sometime, Misa continued. Sure, why not, Naruto said. When I have free time during the trip I'm going to practice anyways. So just look for me. Group 2, Satsuki Yatsuba, Mizora Kasuga, Kid Nagase, Satomi Hakase, Chao Lingshin and Ku Fei. Satsuki Yatsuba was walking around selling Nikamon as she got on the train. She sells those things everywhere, huh? Mizora Kasuga, the tomboy track star of the class, said jovially. Kid nodded as she was eating one. Do you want one too, Kasuga-san? Satomi Hakase, resident scientist of the class, asked. Mizora just shook her head no. Chao Lingshin, the Chinese foreign exchange student, was looking around merrily wondering if she could use Negi to sell the meat buns in England. She also watched as Kufei offered Negi some food which he gently declined. Hey Chao, how much is the Nikamon? Naruto asked as he checked off each of the students. They are 120 yen a piece, Naruto-sensei, Chao replied. Can I have 4 please? I was in a hurry since Eva-chan wanted me out of the house after an incident. Trouble in paradise? Chao laughed as she took 4 meat buns out and accepted the money Naruto gave her. You could say that, Naruto said, taking a bite into the food. Group 3, Kazumi Asakura, Natsumi Murakami, Chisame Hasegawa, Chizuru Naba and Ayaka Yukihiro. Natsumi entered the car looking at everything with awe. Chisame was just considering everything stupid. Asakura was busy taking pictures of everything, especially the blonde teen with a clipboard and Nikamon in his mouth who was busy checking if the people got onto the train or not. She smirked at her success. Chizuru was busy laughing at Ayaka. She's at it again. Hey Aichino, class rep, try to lower down the illegal child seduction to a minimum before lunchtime, okay? Asakura said. She was promptly ignored due to dragging Negi everywhere. I've rented out the entire green car, so let's take our time and relax there. Just the 2 of us, Ayaka said, whispering the last part. Aichino-san, I still have some work to do, Negi said, waving his arms frantically. This sent Chamo onto Naruto's clipboard. Seriously, Aichino, at least let him finish his work before trying to abduct my Oturo, little brother, Naruto said, exasperated by the scene. Luckily, he didn't have to do anything since Group 4 decided to come in at the time. Group 4, Akira Okochi, Mana Tatsumiya, Akeo Izumi, Yuna Akashi and Maki Sasaki. Are you guys okay? Mana asked. Akeo, are you sick even before the trip starts? Akira asked, rubbing Akeo's back. And no, I think I just ate too much Nikamon, Akeo replied, using Yuna as support. You want me to get you water? Yuna asked. Akeo nodded and Yuna bought some from the vending machine on the train. Negi-kun, do you want to hang out with us as during free activity day? Maki questioned happily. Negi, Naruto and Chamo's sweat drop at her energy. Sasaki-san, he's taken. Very busy, Ayaka replied hotly. This caused Maki to pout and turn away. Naruto walked up to Akeo and looked at her with worry. Hey Akeo-chan, are you okay? Naruto asked, looking at her. He put his left hand on his forehead and put the other on hers, causing her to blush. You don't seem to have a fever. I'm fine, Naruto-sensei, Akeo answered, not looking at his face. Well, I hope you get well soon, okay? He said after moving away from her. Wouldn't want any of my students to be hurt or sick on the trip now, right? He finished, smiling at her warmly, making the blush go deeper. She nodded and left the entrance. Group 5, Nodoka Miyazaki, Haruna Sotom, Yu Ace, Asuna Kagarazaka and Kanoka Kono. This is your chance, Nodoka. Go ask him, will you go out with me on free activity day? Haruna suggested to the quiet bookworm. But, was all Nodoka could say. Come on, I don't think Negi-sensei would turn you down if you ask him. You just watched her friends as she sipped her juice box. Do you have an extra juice box by any chance? Naruto asked the quiet girl. You just reached behind her and gave him one. Thanks, Naruto said, puncturing the box with its straw and sipped it along with you. Negi, did you eat properly? Asuna asked the boy. Yes, I did. Thanks for the onigiri rice balls. Thank goodness they were okay, Kanoka said. Oh, hello Ichino, Naruto-kun. Sup Kanoka-chan, Asuna-chan. You like my gift, by the way? Naruto asked Asuna, getting the attention of those around them. Thanks, Naruto, it was a nice gift. I brought it along so I can listen to it at night. Oh, so you got gift for Asuna? Where's mine? Kanoka pouted and crossed her arms. I'll get you one later when it is your birthday, Kanoka-chan, K? Naruto said, smirking to the girl as she beamed right back at him. You should go to your seats right now. The girls nodded and walked away, Ichino and Kanoka talking about something. Naruto and I-san, I think we are missing some people, Negi said. Let's see. Naruto and Negi looked at the clipboard only to be interrupted by a new voice. Excuse me, Naruto-sensei, Negi-sensei, the voice said. The duo looked up to see a girl with ebony hair put up in a ponytail that hung to the left with the right half of her forehead covered in bangs, while the other wasn't. Your seat number 15, Setsuna Sakurazaki. And is that Zazie Rainy Day behind you? Negi asked as Naruto marked the two off the clipboard. I am supposed to be the leader of Group 6, but since Evangeline-san and Chichamra-san are not here, it is only me and Zazie-san. What do we do? Setsuna asked. Oh, I forgot Evangeline-san wasn't going on the trip, Negi said. Naruto and Chamo both sweat dropped, thinking like hell she can. I know, why don't you join another group? Negi suggested. Alright, Sakurazaki-san can go with Asuna-san and Zazie-san can go with Ichino-san. The respective girls agreed. Sei-chan, it looks like we're in the same group, Kanoka said, full of mirth. Setsuna didn't know how to reply, so all she did was bow and walked away. Well, now that was weird, Naruto thought. After a few minutes the train started to move. Negi and Shizuna walked up to the middle of the car and Negi spoke, while Naruto sat down at a window seat looking at the scenery. All right, everyone. The 15th annual school trip is about to begin. Let us make the most out of 5 days and 4 nights in Kyoto. There is going to be a lot of free time for the groups, so I think this is going to be a fun trip. Please try not to get hurt, lost, or cause anyone else in trouble. Especially do not get yourself hh. Naruto looked at the other two teachers and saw Negi on the floor with swirls in his eyes, a food cart right next to him. Ironic, he tells us not to get hurt, yet he's the first one to get hit by something. Naruto laughed at the thought. The train was moving onwards and some of the girls were playing a card game that got Negi interested, while Naruto was trying to catch up on some sleep in his chair. It seems like they are having fun, huh? Negi asked Chamo. Yeah, but it is a good time to check our surroundings, Chamo whispered. Huh? Why? Didn't you hear the old man? There might be people trying to stop us. There may be spies from Kansai. Spies. Naruto was resting soundly until he heard a loud scream. Naruto cracked his eye open and looked at what could have caused it. He went over the top of his chair and saw a ton of frogs aboard the train. Naruto sighed and bit his thumb. Going through 5 hand seals, he whispered Kuchios no Jutsu, place his hand onto the armrest. A poof of smoke appeared with an average-sized Gamakichi. Yo boss, what you summoned me for? And why am I so small? Gamakichi asked. I want you to show those frogs who is top amphibian, but don't talk. Not many people here know about talking animals, Naruto said as he yawned. Wake me when you are done. Gamakichi nodded and hopped into the middle of the car and started to pummel frogs left and right. What's with all these frogs? Negi shouted as he attempted to catch some frogs. They all just appeared like magic. Asuna shouted, helping out. They both froze when they saw an orange frog with a tiny blue vest and a white sash sitting atop a mountain of unconscious frogs. They then saw the toad hop away and land on an outstretched hand in the front row. "Sensei, we've managed to get most of the frogs through," Kufei said. Shizuna-sensei fainted, Maki called out. "Someone bring her to the health committee officer." Ichino, take an emergency roll call, Negi commanded, seeing as he was the senior teacher there, that and Naruto was napping. "The health officer has fainted too," Asuna cried out. "Here, give them to me," Naruto said, walking up to them, the orange frog on his shoulder. "I'll take care of them." Kufei tried to get the frog, but was surprised when it lifted up its front leg and swatted away her hand like it was nothing. "And Naruto and I, and why is there a frog on your shoulder?" "When he is not a frog, he is a toad. 2. He has been one of my closest friends since I was a kid, like you and Chamo right there. Finally, I would like you to give me the people who fainted. I brought some smelling salts for this kind of problem." Negi nodded, leaving Naruto to his job. He carried Shizuna bridal style to the front of the car, placing her on a chair, and did the same with Akeo. Taking a stick from his pocket, Naruto broke it and waved it in front of the unconscious people. A few seconds later they woke up. "Oh, what happened?" Shizuna groggily asked. "Did I have a fainting spell again?" Akeo too seemed dazed. "You too fainted due to the multitude of frogs," Naruto answered as he put the stick away. He took off his suit jacket and placed it on Akeo. "You two rest. Me and Negi got this, okay," Naruto instructed as the two nodded and fell asleep. He looked up in time to see the letter Negi was supposed to deliver being taken by a bird, then he saw Negi giving chase. Naruto sighed, regretting the words when he said to the old man when he accepted the job. "I seriously thought this was going to be easy." Gamakichi was laughing on his shoulder. Naruto glared at him and tailed Negi across the train. He followed them without being seen and reached the end of the train. Naruto was surprised to see Setsuna in the back of the train with the letter. He saw on the floor a piece of paper in the shape of a bird split in two. "Shikigami? Why the hell would one be here?" Naruto thought as he stood behind a wall. "You dropped this," Setsuna said to Negi. "Ah! My all-important letter!" Negi exclaimed. "Thank you? You should be careful, Sensei, especially when we reach the other side," Setsuna said as she was walking away, casting a wary glance towards Naruto's hiding spot. Naruto's eyes narrowed. "If she can sense me, she's good." When she was out of sight, Naruto walked out of the shadows of the wall. "Ni-san, what are you doing here?" "Wanted to see if you needed help," Naruto replied, looking at Setsuna's retreating form. "Gamakichi, what do you think of her?" Naruto asked. This confused both Chamo and Negi as there was no one there of that name. "Well, boss, she looks pretty suspicious," the toad on his shoulder replied. Then he said something under his breath, but Naruto didn't hear. "Whoa, and I saying you have a talking animal too?" Negi asked. "Hey! Name's Gamakichi, nice to meet you." Gamakichi introduced himself. "My name is Negi Springfield and this is my friend Chamo." Negi returned the introduction, pointing at himself and the ermine on his shoulder. "Hi," Chamo said, smoking another cigar. "But back to my point. She might be a spy from Kyoto. I mean, look at the paper, it's in the shape of bird that took the letter. She must have been the one controlling it." "What? First Evangeline and now her? What am I going to do?" Negi asked mouth agape as he stared at his student. Naruto reached out and closed his mouth. "Close your mouth, Negi, you might eat all the flies meant for Kichi. Plus you have me and hopefully Asuna-chan helping. So don't sweat it," Naruto reassured the boy as he walked past him. He didn't notice the toad and ermine scurrying off somewhere. "I don't think Setsuna is a spy. No, she wouldn't be if the bird was cut up like that. She is hiding something and I'm willing to find out what. Sorry, Negi, but I'm not willing to help you prove that one of our students is with the enemy." NMC. The rest of the trip was rather uneventful and they arrived in Kyoto shortly after. The first thing they did was have their thing brought to their hotel and they walked to Kiyomizu Temple. They took a class photo in front of it. Naruto wasn't paying much attention as Yu was explaining various things about the temple, as he was too busy taking in the sights. They said something, but he wasn't paying attention as he was too caught up with the place. Naruto followed them down some stairs to the Ottawa waterfalls. He only heard snippets of the conversation, but he laughed internally when he saw the girls basically run when you said marriage. The girls you teach are rather different, aren't they, Naruto? Gamakichi commented as they followed the younger teacher, who was also having a conversation along with his animal friend. Yeah, they are, Naruto replied. By the way, Gamakichi, did you bring the pictures I asked of you? Oh yeah, right here, boss, Gamakichi said, taking out a miniature scroll. Doing some hand signs, the poof appeared from the scroll and 2 pictures came out. One was of a small tan boy with blonde hair. He had on a white shirt and a purple vest, with some dark orange pants. He was doing the peace sign at the camera. On his forehead was a Konoha Hittite. On the back of the picture, it said Fujin Namikaze, age 12. The picture next to it had the boy, but at a much younger age, being held by a pale-skinned woman. Her hair was a deep shade of blue tied up in a bun. She had on a lavender kimono and was smiling kindly at the camera. On the back of this one it said mother and son on the birthday of the lover and father, Naruto Uzumaki Namikaze. Hinata still looks as beautiful as ever in this picture, Naruto said as a single tear rolled from his eyes. I wish I was there with her. You know I was going to propose to her after the war, you know. Really now, boss? Yeah, but I died. Did she move on after my death? Naruto asked as he put the pictures into his wallet. No, she said she will always love you, Gamakichi said. She was happy to have your child. In a way, she had a piece of you throughout her life. Naruto wiped away the tears and smiled. He really loved Hinata and wished he would have been there for her. She lived her life and he would live his. I just hope she doesn't mind sharing me, because some of these girls are starting to get a little clingy, Naruto thought. Hey boss, I have to go, getting hungry for some of Ma's food. With that he disappeared in some smoke. Naruto was the last up the stairs and saw the class in front of him. What's going on here? Aichino, Maki and Nodoka are trying to get from this rock to the other, you said. Why is that? Superstition has it that those who can make it from one stone to the other without looking, they will find success in love. Naruto raised an eyebrow and looked at the trio. Gamakichi was snickering while watching. As the 3 went, Nodoka went off course as the competition started. Maki then accused Ayaka of cheating when she herself opened her eyes. Things were getting heated when both of the competitors fell into a pitfall. This had Naruto laughing with a light blush as he saw the girl's panties. He heard Asuna ask Aichino if this was divine punishment for cheating, and Maki confessed that her eyes were indeed half open. All in all, the scene was making him laugh. Naruto saw Negi looking at Setsuna, who was also looking that way. Naruto frowned. She is making it harder for me to prove her innocence. He continued to follow the group to the famous waterfall. So you which one is which? Naruto asked next to the girl, hands in his pockets. From right to left it is health, career and marriage, you explained as she still sipped on her juice. Naruto watched as majority of the class was making a mad dash to the last fall as they wanted something from the marriage one. Naruto whistled. Damn, are these girls desperate or something? The girls who weren't getting from the waterfall just shrugged in unison. Hey, where is Setsuna? Naruto asked. Negi perked and also looked around. Where is she? Negi also asked. Aniki, Haiji-sama, I think we have a problem, Chamo stated. The teachers looked and saw the girls who were drinking from the falls on the floor. Senseis, I think they are drunk, you stated. What? Both of them shouted. Negi went to the roof of the shrine and saw a machine. Who in the world would pump sake into the falls? Is that wine I smell? An elderly sensei from Mahora asked. Ah. Nita-sensei, Naruhiko-sensei. That is just non-alcoholic wine, Asuna covered. You was slapping the hell out of Ayaka trying to get her up, while other students were helping the drunk ones. Naruto stood back, watching the scene. He turned up to see Setsuna on the same roof as the sake bottle. Are you seriously trying to prove me wrong, Setsuna? Okay, everyone, let's drag the tired girls on the bus and take them back to the hotel. We don't want to cause a worse scene here, folks. Naruto commanded. NMC. It has to be Setsuna doing this. Chamo shouted. Negi and Naruto were in the lounge of the hotel. Negi was sitting on the bench with Chamo on his shoulders, while Naruto was leaning against the vending machines. I really don't think it is her, Naruto said, defending the girl. So don't go on assuming things, Chamo. Negi! Naruto! Asuna called as she entered the room. We put the drunk girls in their rooms so they can sleep, but tell me what is going on here. So Negi got into explaining what has happened and what he is going to do there. Naruto decided to stay out of the conversation. So there is weird magic association from Kansai attack you? Hi. Another magical disaster by you seems to have followed you, Negi. I'm sorry, Asuna-san. I guess you want my help, huh? Don't worry, I got your back. I'm guessing Naruto does too, she said, shooting a glance at the blonde who didn't have any input on the situation. I'm guessing that it's that Sakurazaki that is a spy from Kyoto, Chamo stated. Eh? Sakurazaki a spy? Asuna said, shocked. Well, from what I heard, she was a childhood friend of Kanoka, but I have never really seen them talking to each other. If they were childhood friends, that means… Chamo started. Wait, I got something here, Negi said, taking out his roster from his bag. It says Kyoto under her name right here. So she must be from Kyoto after all, Chamo said, getting the book and staring at it. There's no doubt about it. She is an assassin sent by the Kansai Magic Association. Naruto had enough and grabbed the ermine by his neck. Listen here, Chamo. You are my friend and all, but I do not like it when you accuse others without evidence. I think she is innocent, and don't get me wrong, I'm willing to go as far as I need to prove it, Naruto threatened. He then dropped the ermine. I'm going to take the bath, you should take one too, Negi, he said, walking away. What was that about? Asuna wondered. Naruto and I-san thinks Sakurazaki-san is innocent, and is willing to defend her to a great length, as you have seen, Negi replied, frowning. I wonder why he defends her so much. Asuna also frowned and thought along the same lines, but in a totally different aspect. Why is he willing to go so far for someone he doesn't even know too well? She may be the enemy, yet he is willing to help her. Will he be willing to go that far for me? Wait, what? Where the hell did that thought come from? Just think about Takahata-sensei. Asuna repeated the mantra in her head as she walked away. Negi will talk when we have free time. She then took a whiff of the boy. And Naruto is right, you do need a bath. Negi laughed, embarrassed that he smelled. NMC. Damn it, Chamo, you really are hard to change your mind, Naruto thought as he sat in the open-air bath. He ran a hand through his soaked hair. Setsuna isn't making it easy either. She coincidentally appears where the accidents occur, and it makes her look suspicious. But I know I am right, I just know she isn't in the wrong here. His thoughts were interrupted when he heard someone open the door. Must be another teacher, he said under his breath. He turned around, but then hid behind a rock. Inside the bath with him was a naked Setsuna. You know she is short, but it fits her. It makes her beauty more distinguished and… Crap, I shouldn't be thinking with my mind in the gutter right now, he reprimanded himself as he felt little Naruto wake up a bit. He growled at how his body was reacting at the sight. If Negi-sensei is a mage, I will need to take action. But I wonder what Naruto-sensei is. If I don't find out, I won't be able to prepare. Troublesome, Setsuna pondered as she paused in her bath. Naruto couldn't help but laugh a little as he heard Shikamaru's term. Who's there? Show yourself. Ah crap, laughed too loud, Naruto thought. He was about to tell her to stop and that he wasn't a threat when he heard. Shinmyurio's secret technique, Zankinkan, stone cutting technique. Naruto's eyes widened. That's a technique I learned from the scroll. Naruto ducked as the blade cut the rock above him. I know I shouldn't be doing this, but let's see how I fare against a practitioner of the original style. Running a hand over a seal on his wrist, a kunai appeared. Using elemental manipulation, he formed a blade of water that attached to the kunai. He turned around in time to parry the next hit from Setsuna. Naruto then brought his blade down to chop at Setsuna, but she blocked it with her nodachi. She pushed him off with some force and readied her next technique, infusing electric energy into her blade. Naruto smirked, he knew this technique too. He forced right-on chakra into his blade and held it in a reverse grip. They both charged forward and shouted the move's name, Raimaiken. The electrified blades touched, sending currents of electricity around them. Someone is attacking me with the Shinmyuryu style? Who though? Setsuna thought. Naruto pushed away from the deadlock and smiled. He focused his ki into the next attack he had in mind. Zakusa name! Air-cutting flash rain, the ki burst from the blade and went into a spiral attack towards Setsuna. I can block this move, I know it, Setsuna thought. As the move closed in, it separated into 3 different ki spirals, then 3 more. Setsuna's eyes widened as the attack split into more attacks and got closer to her. She closed her eyes and thought of her end. I'm sorry, Ijo-sama, Setsuna said with a tear. Kyuso. She's not blocking, Naruto said. Naruto shunshined in front of Setsuna and took out another kunai. He did the same thing except used wind rather than water. Hien Battle Kasumikiri Rai. Flying Sparrow Sword Draw Mist Cutter Lightning. He spun the elemental blades around and set them apart, going into an odd stance. Setsuna decided to open her eyes when she didn't immediately feel pain. She saw her teacher, Naruto-sensei, appear out of nowhere holding an odd water blade in his left hand. A kunai appeared in right, and she saw wisps of wind flow through it, making a nearly invisible green blade. He shouted out another attack from the same style she learned, but added another word at the end. With swift motion she saw him go into an odd stance. The ki attacks from before, all 9 of them, were then split in half and dissipated. Che, and here I thought the fight was going to last longer, Naruto said. You know, Setsuna-chan, you could have easily dodged that move. They were all aiming at the same spot. Naruto let the water and air go back to normal, giving him back his kunai, which then disappeared in a puff of smoke. Naruto-sensei, I didn't mean to attack you, I'm sorry, Setsuna said, bowing. Ma, don't fret. I should have stopped you after the first attack, but I wanted to see the style I learned go against the original. Naruto finally turned around and blushed hard. I think we should continue our talk after we get some towels. Huh! Was Setsuna's smart reply. She then looked down to see herself naked, and Naruto naked, with little Naruto waking up again. She blushed and was about to scream, but Naruto put his hand on her mouth, holding her body against his. We will not make a scene, okay? He said as he held her against his body. She nodded, blushing harder at the closeness. Naruto let go of her and repeated the phrase "I have to be professional" over and over in his head as they went to get some towels. Too bad little Naruto didn't feel the same way. Why do I feel like a mix of Pedo Team and Erosenin right now? He thought as he watched Setsuna leave to get a towel, his eyes lingering on her backside a tad bit longer than expected. Chapter 7, Secrets Revealed. Chasing Konoka. Look, I'm sorry for attacking you, sensei, Setsuna said as she and Naruto re-entered the onsen appropriately covered. I should be the one saying sorry, Naruto apologized. I shouldn't have led you on thinking I was an enemy. That and put us in a very awkward situation, which will never leave the onsen, right? Setsuna nodded. They got near the water when the two saw Negi sitting down. Hey, Negi finally took the bath, I see, Naruto quipped. Naruto and I was looking for you, Negi said from water. He stood up to face his brother when he saw him with Setsuna. Negi got out his wand and pointed it at Setsuna. Get away from her, Nisan. Yeah. She's be a spy from the Kansai Magic Association. Chamo shouted as he landed on Negi's head. That's not true, sensei. Setsuna shouted at the ermine and boy. What's not true? You better fess up, we're on to you. Chamo insisted. Chamo, if you let her talk she would be able to explain everything to us, you know, Naruto sighed. Hi. I am not your enemy. I, Setsuna Sakurazaki, am an ally to senseis. Negi and Chamo exclaimed. I told you so, Naruto gloated, poking Chamo in his chest. What do you mean by that? Negi asked. I am Konoko Jusama's. Setsuna was interrupted by a scream coming from the changing rooms. Is that? Naruto asked. That scream, it's Konoka, Negi said. Konoka Josama? Setsuna asked worriedly. Could the Kansai Magic Association be on the move to capture Konoko Jusama right now? Ojusama? The three males kept wondering why she called Konoka that. Oju-sama. Setsuna rushed out the onsen with her no dachi in handy. A little impulsive, ain't she? Naruto commented as he too followed her out. Ni-san, Setsuna-san, wait for me. The trio reached the changing rooms and opened it, only to see Asuna and Kanoka being stripped by monkeys. Negi, what the hell are these monkeys doing to our clothes? Asuna screamed, trying to keep her clothes on. The monkeys then took off Kanoka's remaining clothes, her bra and panties, leaving her stark naked on the floor. Ah! Sei-chan, Naruto-kun, Negi-kun, don't look! Kanoka cried. Naruto had the decency to look away at the moment. Naruto also felt killing intent coming from Setsuna. He saw her holding up her blade with a look of fury in her eyes. What do you perverted monkeys think you are doing to Oju-sama? Setsuna threatened. Hey Setsuna, is that a real sword? Asuna asked, surprised. Yes, don't attack them. They're just poor monkeys. Negi stopped her from doing anything by latching himself onto her body. These are all just low-level shikigami. They will only turn to paper if I cut them up, Setsuna explained. A monkey had snuck up on them and stole Setsuna's towel, causing her and Negi to fall. Negi was on the floor and looked up to see a good view of Setsuna's lower region. Asuna could only stare in shock at what happened. She also heard Naruto grumble something along the lines of "Che, lucky bastard." Hey, the monkeys are getting away with Kanoka, Asuna stated, pointing at the door. Naruto summoned a kunai from his seal and leapt forward, holding it in a reverse grip. Setsuna hopped from the floor and away from Negi, also charging the door. Naruto landed in front of the monkeys while Setsuna was behind them. Shinmyuryo's secret technique, the two announced Hyakuretsu Kazan, 100 strike cherry blossom slash. The two spun in a circle and sliced up all the monkeys, changing them back into pieces of paper. Setsuna then caught Kanoka in her arms. That was cutting it close, you know, Naruto said, frowning. I agree, Naruto-sensei, Setsuna replied. Kanoka-san, are you alright? Negi shouted as he and Asuna got closer. As he drew closer, he felt a presence in the trees, as did Naruto. Negi looked at the trees but saw nothing. However, Naruto reacted differently. He got his kunai and threw it at the spot he felt the person, but was met with the sound of metal meeting wood. Damn, they got away, Naruto and Setsuna thought at the same time. Sei-chan, Kanoka said from her position. The group looked down and saw her smiling at Setsuna. I don't know what is going on, but thank you, Sei-chan. Setsuna blushed and promptly dropped Kanoka in the water and ran away. Naruto, Negi, and Asuna gained a rather large sweat drop at the scene. What the was that all about? Naruto asked. Kanoka-san, just who I asked Setsuna-san. Negi questioned, waving his arms frantically. Why does she call you Ojo-sama? Did something happen before with Sakurazaki-san? Asuna asked. Hi. I rarely spoke about this with you, Asuna. Before I came to school and lived with Asuna, I used to live in Kyoto. Kanoka started. I lived in a big mansion in the mountains. It was always so quiet and lonely. It was because it was secluded I didn't have a single friend. Naruto felt his heart drop when he heard that. He could remember all the times he was alone when he was a kid. All the times the kids were told to stay away from him, because of the fox. But one day, Ka-sen brought over some guests, and along with them was a little girl. It was Sei-chan. She was the very first friend I had when I was young. Even at a young age she practiced kendo, and protected me by driving away dogs and helping me when I was in danger. There was this one time I was about to drown, and she did all she can to help me out. In the end we were both saved by adults. She then started to dedicate her time with her training. She became busier and busier that I rarely got to see her. We didn't have time to talk much, and then I had to move to Mahora. When it was my first year of middle school I saw Sei-chan moved here too. I was happy we were able to meet again, but she still didn't talk to me, Kanoka said, crying. It was like I did something wrong. Sei-chan wouldn't talk to me like she did before. Kanoka-chan, Naruto was about to reach out to her but she stood up. Asuna, let's go finish our bath, okay? She then took Asuna by the hand and dragged her away. This left a sad but curious Negi and a Naruto who wanted to question Setsuna, but also comfort Kanoka. NMC. Kanoka-san seemed sad, didn't she? Negi said as he, Naruto and Asuna walked the halls of the hotel. Yeah, it's a face you never see on Konoka, Asuna replied with her hands behind her head. That expression should never be on her face, Naruto said. It just seems so wrong. His companions agreed. She did seem depressed ever since we arrived in Kyoto, Asuna thought aloud. She didn't even say anything to me. Here I thought we were closer than that. More importantly, what about Sakurazaki-san? Is she really on our side? I think so, Naruto said. She helped us stop those monkeys, didn't she? I really think she is on our side. Maybe we should ask her in person, Chamo suggested. We could have done that in the beginning, Naruto grumbled. We had to be cautious, Haiji-sama, Chamo shot back. Fine, let's just get this over with, I want my nap. They walked into a hallway where their students were staying. Okay, everyone go, time for bed. Get to your rooms, Naruto said to the girls in the hall. Nisan, that was a little rude, Negi said disapprovingly. As long as it gets the job done, Naruto shrugged. Negi-sensei, Naruto-kun, Kid greeted as she was returning to her room. As soon as I twitched when Kid didn't refer to Naruto as sensei like she does with Negi. You two seem worn out. Luckily it's a pretty quiet first night on the trip. Well, the girls are passed out from the wine, Negi laughed. They'll be fine in the morning, Naruto said, smiling at the ninja. Yes, but tomorrow night will be different. But there seems to be trouble brewing again. Call me if you feel you need it, she whispered to Negi. You too, to Naruto-kun, she added more seductively as she passed him, causing Naruto smirked. I might call Nagase-san, Negi said enthusiastically, completely oblivious to the underlying meaning of Kid's tone. Maybe I will too, Kid-chan, Naruto called back, sharing a small laugh with his student. Hey, fish cake. Asuna grabbed him by the collar of his sleeping clothes and pulled him close to her face. What the heck was that all about? What was what all about? Naruto asked innocently. Don't play dumb with me. What was with Kid calling you Naruto-kun, especially with that sort of tone? Apparently Asuna did not miss the meaning of what the two were saying. Oh, you meant that, Naruto said. Well, me and Kid-chan hung out a few times, spared a bit before the trip, got to know each other. We just get into a little flirting when we are near each other, Naruto said in a hushed voice. He didn't want Negi to hear what he was saying right there. Might think something was wrong. Why does it bother you? It shouldn't really, I mean, come, we're just playing around, Naruto defended himself, but smirked. He leaned in and whispered into Asuna's ear, and damn, I make Naruto whisper into a lot of girls' ears now, don't I? Unless of course you are jealous. You aren't jealous, are you, Asuna-chan? He let his hot breath tickle her neck a bit before actually grabbing her hands and made her let go. He walked away with a small smile of victory. Asuna was left behind for a good moment as a blushing and bumbling mess. Hey Setsuna, what are you doing? Naruto called out, snapping Asuna out of her little problems. Negi-sensei, Naruto-sensei, Kagarazaka-san, Setsuna said from her place on a stool. In her hand was a piece of paper she was placing over the door. I'm placing barriers to ward off Shikigami. The group then sat in the lounge waiting for Setsuna to come over. So Setsuna-san, you know Japanese magic too? Negi asked curiously. Yes, it complements my sword skills, Setsuna answered as she fixed the papers on the desk. Can I look at those, Setsuna-chan? Naruto asked, indicating the papers. I just want to see something. Hi, Naruto-sensei. Setsuna then gave Naruto the stack and he rifled through them. As he went through them, a smirk appeared on his mouth. The smirk turned into a chuckle, then finally evolving into full-blown laughter. The four looked at him funny. Is there something wrong, Naruto-sensei? No, and nothing is wrong, he answered between laughs. Then care to tell us what is so funny, fish cake? Asuna said, frowning. It's nothing really. It's just that I happen to know this too, surprisingly, Naruto said, finally calming down. Wiping away a few tears, the laughing fit stopped. But it was called Fuinjutsu from where I come from. So you're a magical knight too, like Setsuna-san? Negi said with awe. Something like it, Naruto replied. The attacks of the enemies seem to be growing. Sooner or later Kanokujo-sama will be in the crossfire too. We have to come up with some countermeasure for this, Setsuna planned. Negi-sensei, I heard you are one of the most talented Western mages. Can you think of anything? The enemy seemed to be getting confident since our counterattacks seemed to be ineffective. Sorry I'm not a fool yet, Negi said embarrassedly. So you really are on our side, huh? Chamo said. Told you, Naruto smirked. Can you tell us more about the enemy Setsuna-chan? Hi Naruto-sensei. We are going against Yin-Yang charm users. The area subdivision within the Kansai Magic Association. Long ago they were said to be the ones who had established independent magic in Japan. Like all mages they are vulnerable when chanting their spells, very much like you Negi-sensei. Just like you have partners, they have guardians. They are spirit warriors called Zenki and Goki, offensive demon and defensive demons respectively. As long as their guardians are around we cannot touch the spellcaster themselves. They sound pretty strong, Negi said. That is not all. They were deeply tied in with the Kyoto Shinmyria. The organization used to protect the capital by destroying demons. They were also accompanied by the charm users, making a very strong combination. That sounds bad for us, doesn't it? Asuna said, sweat dropping. So does this mean the Shinmyria are our opponents too? Naruto asked with a frown. On the outside he may be frowning, but on the inside he smiled. This really was giving him a chance to see how much stronger his version of the style is compared to the original. Yes, you can say that, Setsuna sighed. They would consider me a traitor for leaving Kyoto. But I wanted to protect Kanoko-ju-sama, and that is all that matters. As long as I can help her out I am satisfied. She felt a hand on her head and saw Naruto smiling down on her. It's good to see you wanting to protect Kanoko-chan, Naruto smiled. You got my support, Setsuna-chan. Right. Seeing as you don't really hate Kanoko, I'm glad. A friend of my friend is a friend, right? Asuna said, joining Naruto. Naruto-sensei, Kagurazoka-san. Negi ran up and grabbed the groups and put them into a pile. As of now, 3A's guardian angels are formed. We will protect the group, the class from the Kansai Magic Association. Naruto flicked Negi in the head. Nisan, what was that for? That was a crummy group name. Naruto shouted, getting Negi in a headlock. Change it. But I like it, Nisan, Negi whimpered. The two continued to argue over the name of the group as the two girls watched. Are they always like this, Kagurazoka-san? Setsuna looked at Asuna. When they come to a disagreement that isn't that serious, then yes. Yes, they do, Asuna shook her head. When the two stopped fighting they laughed. See, it's all fun and games for them. They really act like siblings. Asuna-chan, Setsuna-chan, me and Negi are going out on patrol outside, Naruto said, walking outside with Negi. You girls handle the rooms. The girls nodded and turned inside. Aniki, did you bring your cards? Naruto heard Chamo ask when he caught up with the two. Yes, why? Negi said. It is a good time for me to teach you how to actually use those cards, Chamo explained. This piqued Naruto's interest. He's been meaning to learn how to use the card but hadn't had time to ask the headmaster due to his busy schedule. Naruto wasn't looking where he was going and bumped into a cart of towels. Oh, I'm so sorry, let me help you out. Naruto apologized as he grabbed some towels and helped the lady. No, I should be sorry, sir. I wasn't looking where I was going, the lady replied. After helping her out, he went to Negi. They didn't get to hear the lady comment on how Negi was a cute little mage, and Naruto as a hot teen, as monkeys appeared on her shoulder. NMC. Asuna and Setsuna reached Group 5's sleeping quarters. Haruna, Nodoka and Kanoko were asleep on the floor while Yu was sleeping soundly on a chair. Well, it seems like everyone fell asleep before me, Asuna said with a sweat drop. I'm going to patrol the hallways, Setsuna said. Let's switch shifts later on, okay, Asuna yawned. I'll keep a watch on Kanoko. Thank you, I'll be going now. Ah, who is it? Asuna? Kanoko said, dazed. Kanoko, sorry, did I wake you? Asuna asked. She was then surprised as Kanoko got up. Kanoko, where are you going? Toilet. Was the only response she got. Well, if it is the toilet, I can't be helped. Kanoko walked towards the bathroom and opened it. She was surprised to see a giant monkey inside. I'm still using it, the lady in the monkey costume said. She then put handkerchief on Kanoka's mouth, drugging her. Just kidding. She dragged Kanoka into bathroom and shut it. A few minutes had passed since Kanoka had gone to the bathroom, and Asuna was getting worried. She's taking pretty long time in the bathroom. I have to use the bathroom too, you said, walking out of the room with her. Hey Kanoka, are you done yet? Sorry, still using it, Kanoka replied from the bathroom. Setsuna then came bustling into the room. Kagarazaka-san, where is Kanoko-jusama? She's in the bathroom, Asuna said. She was trying to help you control her bladder, because at this point she was basically doing the funky chicken. How long has it been? 10 minutes, you said, struggling. We both drank from the spring earlier, just please make her hurry up. Kanoka, you are in there, right? Asuna asked, knocking on the door. I'm still using it, came the reply. Kanoka-san, whatever you are doing, hurry up. I can't hold on much longer, you said, banging on the door. I'm still using it, Yu-face faltered. She knocked on the door again, her eyes filled with anime tears. The same phrase was said. I'm approaching my limit, you mumbled towards the door. Something doesn't seem right, Setsuna said. I agree, Asuna well agreed. They heard the door bang, and saw that you had kicked it open. Inside was just a seal that kept repeating, I'm still using it. We've been had. WWH, what do we do? I don't care what the hell you girls do. Just let me use the damn bathroom, you shouted, kicking the two girls out of the room. NMC. Naruto was quite surprised. The card in his possession seemed pretty powerful. From what Chamos said, the mage who made the contract could talk to the person they made the contract with telepathically, warp the partner to their location, and give them a weapon that only they can use. It made Naruto frown though. That didn't give me any info on how to use it myself. Besides, who is my partner? I really need to stop putting this off with the old man. Naruto sighed. Let's test it out, Aniki, Chamos said happily. Okay, I think I'll talk to Asuna-san telepathically, Negi chirped with as much enthusiasm. He really is just a kid, Naruto thought. Hello, Asuna-san? How come I can't hear her voice? Wouldn't a cell phone be better then? Naruto asked, looking at them. At that moment, Negi's actual cell phone went off. Negi, we got trouble. Kanoka's been kidnapped. What should we do? Asuna said. Nose shouted into the receiver. What mage uses a cell phone? Chamo cried with anime tears. Wait, Kanoka-chan has been kidnapped. Naruto was shocked. Aniki, Hige-sama, what's that? Chamo asked, pointing at the oncoming figure shadowing the moon. The figure landed with a crash and revealed to be the giant monkey costume from before. In her hands was Kanoka. What are you doing with Kanoka-chan? Naruto growled, clenching and unclenching his fist. I could tell you, but, the monkey lady said. You're scary. Bye. She then jumped off into the night holding Kanoka, but didn't leave without giving them presents. She left Monkey Shikigami to handle Negi. Get back here with Kanoka. Rastel Masur MMFF. Negi was interrupted as he chanted. Naruto just kicked the monkeys off, then sliced them with his kunai. She got away. Asuna and Setsuna had arrived right after the monkey lady left. We are going after her, Naruto said with a determined voice. We can't let these bastards have her. Setsuna and Negi nodded. Asuna was surprised. This was the second time she saw Naruto serious about anything. The first time was at the store when he wanted to learn about the Pakshio. Let's move. Naruto then sped off following the monkey lady. Wait! Negi shouted as they saw the monkey lady running. Naruto focused chakra into his legs and dashed forwards and tried to make a grab at Kanoka, but more monkeys appeared. Get out of my way! Naruto roared. He channeled Futon chakra around his body and made us several blades that cut up the monkeys. Quickly, she's escaping into the station, Asuna shouted. As they ran over the railing of the station, Asuna also took note of something strange. Hey, I know it's really late and all, but shouldn't there be at least some staff and passengers here? There is a warding charm on the walls. No ordinary person would be able to get inside this place without them, Setsuna explained. Who cares right about that now? Naruto was still growling. We still got to get Konoka-chan. He, along with the rest of the group, slid into the carriage the monkey lady went into. Naruto and Aizen seems pretty determined to get Konoka-chan back, Negi said while running. I wonder why. Well, it looks like they caught up. Let's see you handle this, the monkey lady said. Charm-san, Charm-san. Help me escape. She then threw a charm in front of her as the carriage door closed. Water started to flow out of the charm and filled the carriage. Can't breath. Negi gurgled out as he struggled against the water. I can't swing my sword like this, Setsuna thought. I guess I'm still not strong enough to protect Konoka-sama. Is this all you got, lady? Naruto shouted. The girls and Negi looked at surprised seeing Naruto standing on the floor with his right hand stretched out. Can he breathe underwater? Was the thought of everyone watching. 'Cause if it is, I am severely disappointed. A bunch of energy started to spiral within the right hand, making an orb. What magic is this? Setsuna-chan, Naruto stated, still looking at the door. I'm going to punch a hole through this, but I need a little help. Can you do it for me? For Konoka-chan? An image of Konoka drowning in the river flashed through her mind. She nodded. Good, aim at my back so I can be sent forward. And don't worry, I won't get hurt. I promise, Naruto said with determination. Setsuna agreed. Zankyuzen. She swung her sword, sending a spiral ki attack at him. The attack hit Naruto, propelling him forward. When he reached the door, he thrust his hand forward. Rasengan! He thrust the sphere towards the door, sending it spiraling off the hinges, and releasing the water and themselves onto the next station. Now hand over Konoka-chan, Naruto threatened as he got up, along with the rest of them. You guys are pretty good, but I'm not giving back Konoka-sama, the monkey woman said before bolting away. This had shocked most of the group. The group gave chase. Setsuna, what are you not tell us? Asuna asked. The truth is there were some sects within the Kansai Magic Association that did not approve of Konoka-sama leaving for Mahora. It is likely that they intend to use Konoka-sama's power to take control of the Kansai Magic Association, Setsuna said. The headmaster and I underestimated them. We did not expect them to kidnap her during a school trip. They are also not above hiring others to do their dirty work. That is why it seems they are getting more forceful, she explained. Setsuna felt waves of killing intent rolling off Naruto after her explanation. Naruto-sensei, are you okay? Naruto growled, then ran faster. Hey Naruto, wait up! Asuna shouted as she increased speed too. They jumped over the ticket railing thing and up the stairs to see the lady Naruto and Negi bumped into earlier. As she took off the suit. That's right, but that is as far as you go, the monkey woman said. I'll have you deal with a third of my charms. She then threw the charm and it exploded into flames, creating the kanji for Great Dai. Those flames will ward off any normal person. This is goodbye. Naruto was already going through a few hand seals when he heard Negi mumbling something. Rast tel ma sur magister freight and then franz saltatio bluera. Futon de tapa. Naruto held out his hands, while Negi waved his wand forward, both of which released a great wind blasting the fire out. What the monkey lady said. I won't let you get away with her. Konoka-san/Chan is a student and an important friend/precious person of mine. Negi/Naruto shouted. Naruto whipped out a second kunai and got into a battle stance, while Negi did the same with the Pakshio card. Activate the contract for 180 seconds for Asuna Kagarazaka. And this was supposed to be said in Latin, but I said screw it. An aura of energy had surrounded Asuna, making her glow a white light. Asuna, Negi, Setsuna, let's go, Naruto said as he raced to the monkey lady. The other two following him shortly afterwards. They extinguished my fire. And that light, is she one of those partners that Western mages have? The monkey lady thought. Asuna, I'm going to give you an artifact. It's a giant blade weapon only you can use, Negi said. Alright, give it to me. Potentium Excelsius Asuna Kagarazaka. Activate the ability Asuna Kagarazaka. Another light appeared in Asuna's hands and started to take shape. She was sadly disappointed, however, because instead of a sword she got a fan. Hey Negi, this is an ordinary paper fan, Asuna said. That's funny. Guys, this isn't the time to be fooling around, Naruto shot back, still going towards the monkey lady. Alright, there is no helping it. Asuna, Setsuna and Naruto attacked, but were stopped when the monkey costume and two more appeared. One looked like a giant plush bear, the other a lion. The monkey blocked Asuna's fan, while the bear did the same with Setsuna. The lion grabbed Naruto's arm and held him. They can move? Kagurazaka-san, Naruto-sensei, be careful. They may look weak, but they hide great strength, Setsuna said. My minions are strong, you will never get past them, the monkey lady said, hauling Konoka over her shoulder. Konoka! Asuna swung and banished the monkey suit. Stop interfering, Naruto said darkly. He grabbed the lion's arm and flipped him over onto the floor. Naruto proceeded to curb stomp the lion out of existence with the chakra-enhanced foot to the face. I don't know what is happening, but you two can go ahead. Leave the bear to me, Asuna said to Naruto and Setsuna. The bear seemingly sweat drop at the announcement. Naruto didn't need any prodding as he was already running. Give us back Konokoju-sama, Setsuna demanded. Setsuna charged, but a blonde girl in a gothic Lolita dress that reminded Naruto of Eva-chan blocked her. The girl got up and dusted herself off. In her hand were a dagger and a short sword. Aoi. I think I hurt my head. Hello, nice to meet you. I'm from the Shinmyuryu. My name is Tsukuyumi. She stared at the two, then looked at Naruto first. You're pretty cute. Naruto frowned at the comment. She then turned to Setsuna. You must be my senpai. But I have been assigned to protect her, so I have to take this seriously. To send a bodyguard like the Shinmyuryu must be short on people, Setsuna said, frowning. You'll get hurt if you underestimate her. Well, I'll leave things to you, Tsukuyumi-chan, the monkey lady said, smirking. Shall we begin? Tsukuyumi asked. Please go easy on me. She went to attack Setsuna, but Naruto intercepted her. Era? Setsuna-chan, go get Konoka-chan, I'll handle her, Naruto said, glaring at the blonde. Naruto pushed her off and went for an overhead slice. She blocked the attack with her dagger and tried to stab Naruto with the sword. Naruto parried it to the side, retracted the kunai that was being blocked, and aimed a slice at Tsukuyumi's face. She ducked and went for a low cut, to which Naruto had stepped on the sword and kicked her in the face. Tsukuyumi's head flew back, then Naruto punched her in the stomach, making her move away. That hurt, Oniai-san. Do you know the Shinmyuryu too? Tsukuyumi asked. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, Naruto said, still glaring. If we were on the same side, I'd tell you. That's fine, but you'll never get me with such small things like that. With a burst of speed, Naruto appeared in front of her and tried to decapitate her with his left kunai. She blocked it with her sword, but was surprised to see it come short. To add to her surprise, she felt as if a blade had connected to hers, but nothing was there. Era? Are you using magic, Oniai-san? I don't know, am I? Naruto went to stab her with his second kunai, and she blocked it too. He focused more futon chakra into the knife and extended it. Tsukuyumi felt a small prick at her chest and jumped away. She looked down and saw a small cut on it. Kaze no Yaiba augment version, she heard the blonde say while holding up his knife. Tsukuyumi saw a blade attached to it with a mini tornado swirling about. That's a pretty cool trick, Oniai-san, Tsukuyumi said, smirking. Let's keep playing. She then went on the offensive again and kept doing multiple stabs at Naruto, which he had to parry out the way. Zankenken! Tsukuyumi brought her sword into an upward cut, breaking the tiles. Naruto had to jump away to avoid being hit. To counter-attack, he held his kunais in an odd fashion. Shinreiko Kankiri, true lightning sword, missed. Both knives were highly conducted with lightning, and he went to attack with a cutting motion to her head. Tsukuyumi's eyes widened and went to block the attack, but it never came. The lightning blades passed through the swords and each other, confusing her. She then was sent flying back with a kick to the torso. What was that, Oniai-san? Tsukuyumi asked, spitting out some blood. That was a really scary move you did. Once again, I don't know, Naruto said. They went on and kept attacking each other. Naruto went for a slash to her arm and she went for a slash at his legs. They both blocked. They moved around the staircase as they kept fighting, their attacks causing collateral damage to the area. Naruto had to dodge a close cut to the chest by ducking under it but got kicked in the face, sending him to the wall. That was for the earlier kick, Oni-san, Kyuubi said, giggling. She then charged forward again and brought her swords down, while Naruto was on his knees bringing his blades up, causing them to go into a deadlock. If we were on the same side and I didn't already like someone else, I'd ask you out, Oni-san. I'm flattered, Naruto said to the girl while scowling. He struggled to keep her from overpowering him in the deadlock. Ho ho ho. It seems like there is another person who can fight like her. Not using gigantic demons slaying swords like the rest of them, the monkey woman said. Setsuna went to attack the woman, but she held Kanoka in front of her, making Setsuna disengage. She was about to run away when she heard Negi chanting again. The monkey lady turned around to see 11 arrows of winding heading her away. So I forgot about the brat. The lady once again used Kanoka as a shield, making Negi redirect the attack. Let go of Kanoka, it's unfair to use her like that, Negi said. Setsuna tried to sneak up on her, but the tiny monkeys grabbed her and pulled her down. I see what type of people you are, the monkey lady laughed. When the slightest hint that the hostage will get hurt, you stop the attack. I must say she came in more in handy than I thought. What are you going to do to her? Asuna said, struggling against the giant plush bear who was holding her up. Well, we'll use drugs and spells on her, making her into our obedient puppet, listening to our every command. It will be great, she chuckled. What did you say? Asuna said, getting mad. Negi was too. Naruto was practically let killing intent wash off of him, and Setsuna was craving for the woman's blood. Well, Kanoko Jusama's but has gotten pale. Cute, isn't it? The monkey lady smirked. Well, this is goodbye, you little brats, from me and her bottom too. She then slapped Kanoka's rear end. What do you think you are doing to Kanoka/Chan/Ojusama? Asuna, Naruto, and Setsuna screamed. Asuna had banished the bear in a big swipe, Naruto had pushed past Kyuubi, and Setsuna destroyed the horde of monkeys holding her down. Franz! Negi chanted. He then pointed his wand at the woman, blasting her, and Kanoka's yukata, summer clothing for night I think, off. When she landed, the 4 of them were staring her down. Why are these brats so strong? She said, frowning. Kyuubi were leaving. She summoned another giant monkey, which grabbed both of them and jumped off into the night. That damned woman got away, Asuna said. The woman said that they were going to drug and use spells on Kanoka, Negi said. Is she okay? Kanoko Jusama. Ojusama, are you alright? Setsuna asked, taking Kanoka's head into her lap. Negi put his coat on her to cover her up. How, Sei-chan? Kanoka said dreamily. Sei-chan, I had a dream that I was kidnapped by a giant monkey, but Sei-chan, Asuna-chan, Negi-kun and Naruto-kun came to save me. Thank goodness. It's all over now, Kanoko Jusama. Setsuna said happily. Kanoka sniffled and smiled. I'm happy. Sei-chan doesn't hate me after all. Well, I wanted to speak to Kanoka-chan as well. She blushed, then moved away from Kanoka. I'm just happy to protect Kanoko Jusama. She bowed, then ran away, shouting that she was sorry. Well, I guess it's not easy for her to get along so well with Kanoka so fast, Asuna said. Naruto shook his head and laughed. I guess so. I'm going with her, to make sure she gets back safely. Negi kept them safe, any? Naruto said before he went chasing after the blushing swordswoman. When he caught up to her, he heard Asuna call out to her. We'll go take a look around Nara tomorrow, okay? It's a promise. Naruto smiled at her, at Asuna, happy that she is trying to help out 2 childhood friends. The 2 were sitting in the train on the way back to their station in peaceful silence. Naruto was sitting next to her, his arms spread out on the chair while he looked out the window. Setsuna was looking down at the sword in her lap. They just let the sounds of the train moving along fill the space. Excuse me, Naruto-sensei. Setsuna broke the silence. Yes, Setsuna-chan? Naruto replied, turning to her. She was still looking at the sword. I want to thank you for your help. We may or may not have been able to save Kanoko Jusama without you, she said, still looking down. Don't mention it, Naruto said, going back to look at the scenery. Kanoka-chan is a mutual friend of ours, and I wanted to save her. That fate is too cruel for anyone, in my opinion, being used as a weapon without any free will. It's almost as bad as what happened to Gaara. Naruto whispered the last part so Setsuna didn't hear. The train came to a stop and the two of them walked out heading towards the hotel. I've been meaning to ask Sensei, but what is the sword style you use? It's similar to my own, but it's very different. Naruto put his hand on his chin and thought about it. Well, you can say it's a long-forgotten version of it. It's called Shinmyuryu Arashi Shasihen, God's Cry style, storm version. It's meant to be unpredictable like a storm itself. Naruto kept walking but a flyer caught his eye. He went to it and read it. His left eye had suddenly gained a twitch. Is there something wrong, Naruto-sensei? Setsuna asked. Nothing, Naruto grumbled as he walked away from the flyer. Let's just get back, I'm really sleepy. Naruto yawned as he walked away. Setsuna raised an eyebrow and checked the flyer. She looked at it and shrugged, not getting why it had caught her sensei's attention, and walked away. On the flyer it said in big bold letters, Chapter 8, A Confession, an Ally, and a Game. 1. It was the morning after the attempted kidnapping of Konoka, and the students were going for breakfast. One girl, however, was still in her room. Nodoka was on her knees looking at a Negi-shaped bobblehead. Negi-sensei, if it's okay with you, we have free activity time today, so would you like to GI-to GA-to GH-? Would you like to come with us? Would you? Nodoka stuttered. She was practicing to ask Negi to go with them to the park. Hey Nodoka, it's breakfast time, Haruna said at the door with a sing-song voice. Everyone is going to the gathering hall on the first floor, you informed her. Alright, Nodoka agreed, putting her hair up in a ponytail. NMC. The hall was full of the Mahou students from all 4 classes. They were eating and chatting up with their friends about the first day of the trip. Sadly for a majority of Class 3A, they had a hangover, which they don't even know they have or knew how they got it. Looking at Group 5's table, we see all the occupants there, including Negi. Negi-kun, you look a bit sleepy, Konoka said. Thanks for last night, by the way. I don't really understand what had happened, but I know you, Naruto-kun, Asuna and Sei-chan helped me out. Well, I was just following Setsuna-san and Naruto and I, Negi answered sheepishly. Sei-chan, Konoka smiled at the swordswoman. Setsuna slowly got up with her tray of food and started walking away. Why are you leaving? Don't be embarrassed, come eat with us. Don't run away! Konoka seemingly shouted as Setsuna actually ran away. I'm not running away! The swordswoman shouted. What was that all about? Akeo wondered. That was the first time I've seen Sakurazaki-san acting like that. I wonder if something happened last night? Maki asked aloud. They were having fun and not tell us, Yuna exclaimed. That's it, we are not sleeping tonight. Sakurako spoke out for all the girls of 3A. After breakfast, Negi met up with Asuna in the hall. Thank Kami we managed to get Konoka back from that monkey lady yesterday without any hitches. It also looks like Konoka and Sakurazaki-san are getting along better, Asuna said. Yes. But that lady may come back later to try and get her again, Negi frowned. So we really have to be careful on what we do. Also, our groups will be split up during our trip to Nara Park. As a teacher, what should I do? Negi thought. I couldn't give the letter yesterday because we were busy, and we will be in Nara today. So how should I do this? His musings were severely interrupted as a Maki hugged/tackled him. Negi-kun, come along with our group today, Maki shouted. Just a moment, Negi-sensei is coming along with Group 3, Ayaka interjected, getting in the way of Maki. The two started arguing again to see who will claim Negi. Negi-sensei, if it's okay with you, we have free activity time today. Would you like to come with us? Nodoka asked, mustering up all her courage to do so. Everyone was so surprised by her that all movement stopped. Miyazaki-san? Negi asked. Well, Group 5 is more likely to get attacked by the monkey lady. And Konoka-san is in it as well as Asuna-san and Setsuna-san. So, I would love to go with you in Group 5 today, Miyazaki-san, Negi replied, accepting her request. Later on the bus ride to Nara Park, Negi noticed something wrong with Asuna. Asuna, is there a problem? Yeah, Asuna said. I have this feeling we forgot something very important. NMC. Note to self, murder Negi when I see him, Naruto grumbled as he left the now empty gathering hall. I told him last night to wake me up, but no, he just had to forget. Naruto went to the front desk and asked the personnel there if there will be a bus to Nara Park coming around the hotel anytime soon. The woman replied that one will come within the next 15 minutes. So during that time Naruto had decided to reread his favorite book, The Tale of the Gutsy Ninja. As he opened the book he was stopped when he heard the news report on the TV. Now on to other news. The author of the widely spread out adult book known as Aika Aika has been a mystery to all the fans of the book. People wonder if it is just some perverted old man peeping at young women in bathhouses, or a young man with a very dirty mind. What we have gathered from the book itself is that it is indeed a young man. But he is not publishing it for what most people think. He is republishing it to honor his godfather who originally wrote it, and has passed away, the anchor woman relayed to the people watching in their homes. Okay, I know I put that in the book, but I don't see why it is on the TV. Naruto thought now, thanks to a very dedicated fan, who will go by the initials AC, we have photo identification of what he looks like. Here he is the author of the series Naruto Namikaze. A headshot of Naruto was shown on the screen. He was in his suit from he could tell. Kyuso, Naruto cursed under his breath. He looked at the person at the front desk looking at him with surprise in her eyes. Is there something wrong? He asked the lady. The employee blushed and walked over to him with her hands behind her back. Can I have your autograph? She held out her book and a marker. Naruto nodded and signed the book, happy she wasn't as crazy as the guy from the bookstore. When he gave it back she was still looking at him blushing. Can I have you sign something else? She asked sweetly. Sure? Can you sign my bra? She asked, starting to unbutton her uniform. Naruto was sweating a waterfall right now. This woman who was about 26 was asking him to sign her bra. She must be crazy. He was currently looking for a way out when the bus came. Wow, is that bus to Nara Park? Got to go. Naruto promptly excused himself as he jumped over the chair and out the door. The employee was shouting at him to get back, but he was already on the bus. Naruto paid his fare, sat down and sighed in relief. That would have been a very bad situation right there. He looked at the other occupants of the bus, and saw all of them were looking at him. When they noticed him looking at them, the girls started to whisper amongst one another blushing, while the men were giving him appreciative glances. Naruto raised his eyebrow at the scene but paid no mind, until that as he saw a TV screen on the bus showing the occupants who he was. Oh sure, the ninja/teacher never got to finish the sentence, as he was mobbed by the entire bus save the driver. NMAC, with the students. Wow, there are a lot of deer here, Negi said happily. He ran up to one and started to pet it. This is so cool. Look at me, Asuna-san. Ack. Negi was bit by one of the deer. Yeah, whatever, Negi. Nodoka was happily/lovingly watching her teacher and his actions. Well done, Nodoka, her two librarian friends said as they kicked her from behind. You was still drinking her juice, and Haruna was well, Haruna. I was changed in my opinion of you. I didn't think you had it in you, Haruna stated. You nodded. I was moved. Thank you. It is really nice to wander around Nara with Negi-sensei. I no longer have any regrets this year, Nodoka said. Baka! Haruna shouted. How can you be satisfied with this? This is your time to make your move. You have to confess to him, Nodoka. Right here, right now. You have to tell him how you feel. But I can't. It's impossible. It's not impossible. School trips are meant to be exciting for both boys and girls. Some stats from Mahora indicated that most confessions on school trips have greater than an 87% chance of success. 87? That's right. And if you manage to become a couple today, you can go on a real date with him tomorrow on our free activity day without any interruptions. Our real date with Negi-sensei. Her heart was beating erratically in her chest. But it's so sudden. I'm so nervous about this. What are you saying? You've come this far. With your new attitude you can do it. Haruna encouraged her friend. Fight on, Nodoka, you said, pumping her fist into the air. Alright, let's get Nodoka and Negi Sensei alone. Roger. Wait, you guys, it's too soon, Nodoka shouted after her friends, who ran towards Negi. Looks like the monkey lady is not attacking today, Negi commented as he walked around the park with Asuna and Setsuna. I think we'll be okay today, Setsuna replied. But just in case, I sent Shikigami to watch over the other groups to make sure nothing occurs. If something does happen, I'll know. I'll do all I can to protect Kanoko Jusama from the shadows. You two can enjoy your time on the trip. From the shadows? You know you can protect her at her side, right? Asuna said. And no. Someone like me cannot be so carefree alongside Ojusama. What, not this again? You shouldn't be embarrassed about being friends with Kanoka, right, Negi? Negi nodded. I bet the fish cake would agree too. Where is Naruto-sensei? Now that I think about it, he wasn't at breakfast, Setsuna wondered. Oh no! That's what I forgot, Negi said, sweating bullets. He is going to punish me for not waking him up. Negi paced around worriedly. Eh? What's wrong, Negi? Asuna asked. When we arrived last night, Naruto and I knocked on my door, specifically told me to wake him up because he was really tired after what happened last night. I forgot all about it this morning. What do I do, Asuna-san? Negi shouted frantically. I can't be that bad, can it? Setsuna asked. Asuna shrugged. She had never seen Naruto angry before, so she couldn't tell. Their conversation ended when the rest of their group appeared. Asuna! Let's go look at the Buddha statue together, Haruna said, already pushing the orange-haired girl away from Negi. Sei-chan. I bought some dangos. Want to eat them together? Kanoka came asking her old friend. In response, Setsuna ran away again, making excuses on not to actually stay with Kanoka. I wonder what that was all about, Negi asked, confused. Just then Nodoka arrived, panting. Oh, Miyazaki-san. It seems as everyone has run off somewhere. Do you want to walk around by ourselves? Gladly, she replied. They walked over to the Buddhist temple. Wow, this temple is huge. Wah. You're right, Negi said. Spying on the two were Haruna and you. They were watching to make sure their friend actually did what she said she would. Alright, it's time, I've got to confess. Nodoka thought. Negi-sensei. Yes? I love, Nodoka stuttered. I love Buddha statues. That's a very artful interest you have. Just like you, Negi said as he stared at the giant Buddha in front of them. What the hell was that? You and Haruna thought. Negi-sensei, I am lucky. Nodoka once again attempted to confess but failed. Oddly enough, a charm stand, which gave out lucky charms, was in front of them. You want to get a fortune too, huh? No, that's not what I meant, Nodoka said, crying anime tears. It says Deikyu, and so I got that from the manga. It's supposedly the worst luck you can get, Negi said, also crying anime tears. It's no good, I can't say it, Nodoka thought, twiddling her fingers. Miyazaki-san. There is a giant hole here like the one on the Buddha's nose. It is said that if you pass through it you get smarter and your wishes will come true. Really? Nodoka asked, perking up instantly. Maybe if I go through it I will be able to say it to him, Nodoka thought. She went into the hole and nearly made it out, but... Negi-sensei, my bottom got stuck. Are you alright? Here, let me help you out, Negi said, pulling on her arms. He kept tugging but nothing seemed to happen. Finally, with a forceful tug he pulled her out but landed in an awkward situation. She landed on top of him, giving him a full view of her panties. Again. Hiya! Nodoka screamed. I couldn't say it, and now I did something very inappropriate. Sniff, I'm no good after all. I'm sorry, Negi-sensei. She apologized and ran out of the temple. NMC. Sheesh, I don't see why you keep on running from Kanoka, Asuna complained to Setsuna. I left her with the capable hands of my Shikigami, so Ojusama will be safe, Setsuna answered. That's not what I meant. Why don't you talk to her? That's because if I stay near her she'll find out about magic. Someone of my status shouldn't be so close. What are you mumbling about? The two stopped talking when they heard a rustle. Turning around, they found a crying Nodoka. Asuna-san? Sakurazaki-san? Sniff. You are Miyazaki-san? Setsuna asked, unsure. Honya-chan, what happened? About 5 minutes later, the three girls were sitting out in front of a small store. Eheed. You confessed to Negi. Why, yes, I mean no, well, I was going to. But I was so clumsy and messed up. Sniff. Hiccup. I'm sorry, but I haven't spoken to Sakurazaki-san before, but here I am blubbering out everything. The girl tried to stifle a sniffle. It's okay. But no matter how much I look at him, Negi-sensei is still a child. Are you not infatuated like some of the other girls with Naruto-sensei? Asuna frowned at the question. It's not like that. I like Naruto-sensei like a teacher, and I don't know him too well, but Negi-sensei is different. Negi is cute like a child sometimes, but on other times he has this adult-like expression that makes him seem more reliable and dependable. It makes me wonder sometimes if he is actually older than he looks, Nodoka said. Asuna nodded. Looking back at all her experiences with the boy, she had to agree with the girl's description. Setsuna also agreed. I think it's because he has something we don't. Negi-sensei is aiming for something and is always looking ahead. I am just satisfied with looking at him from afar. That's all the courage I have. But today I thought I'd tell him how I felt. Really, how'd that go? Asuna asked. Nodoka said, blushing embarrassed at the memory. I want to thank you, Asuna-san, Sakurazaki-san. I thought you were a scary person at first, but you aren't, are you? Setsuna replied, confused. I feel relieved now. I'm going off, Nodoka said. She bowed to them and ran off. Hey, where is she off to? Asuna asked. Setsuna shrugged. I think we should follow her, Chamo claimed as he perched himself on Asuna's shoulder. Miyazaki-san! Nodoka-san! This is strange, I wonder where she went, Negi said, holding on to Nodoka's bag as he was searching for her. This trip is really turning out to be troublesome. First there is that letter, then the monkey lady and Kanoka-san. Negi-sensei. Negi turned around and saw an out-of-breath Nodoka. Ah. Miyazaki-san, thank goodness. Where did you go? Negi-sensei, the truth is I love. Asuna, Setsuna and Chamo were in the bushes spying on them. Is she going to confess? The three thought. I love grated radishes. The three face faulted at the sentence. Miyazaki-san? Negi asked, confused. Go for it. She is really serious about doing this. I would have not expected less from the girl I picked for him as his partner, Chamo whispered. But he's only 10 years old. A confession might be too much. Asuna whispered to the ermine. Bull. Age has nothing to do with love. Quiet, both of you. She's going to say something, Setsuna hushed the other two. Nodoka took a deep breath to steady herself. Negi-sensei. I have liked you since the day we met. I love you, Negi-sensei. Negi's eyes widened, as well as the three onlookers. I know this may be a lot to take in, seeing as we are student and teacher after all. But I wanted you to know how I felt. Please excuse me, Negi-sensei. Nodoka confessed, then ran off. Negi's mind was on the fritz as she left. All the troubles he was having with the Kansai Magic Association and the monkey lady was a lot to take in for him. Now add this to it, his mind did what it could do to help him. It shut down. Negi fell to the floor unconscious. Negi! Asuna shouted and ran up to the kid. Setsuna too went over and checked on the boy, commenting on Nodoka's bravery. What the heck happened to him? A familiar male voice asked. The three, Chamo included, turned around to see Naruto. He was wearing black jeans with a studded orange belt, a white short-sleeve button-up shirt, a black vest and tie. On his feet were sneakers. Slung across his back was his guitar case. His head was covered by a black cap and the hood of his vest, while orange-tinted sunglasses covered his eyes. Hige-sama! Chamo exclaimed. Fish cake, where were you? Asuna asked. Naruto thought of an excuse to say what has happened to him. Flashback. Naruto managed to step out of the bus after the whole bus ride to the park. Missing from his suit was his tie jacket and unfortunately his pants. There were some lipstick marks on his face and on his chest. He was panting heavily and glared at the people within the bus. "Give me back my pants!" he shouted at the group. The bus just closed its doors and sped off. Naruto grumbled something incoherent and looked around. He was happy that no one was around to see him like this. He ran to a bathroom and unsealed some spare clothes from a seal on his shoulder. "I am so happy I came prepared after looking at that flyer last night." He walked out in his current attire. Hopefully no one will attempt to do something out here in the open. Naruto then walked off, taking in the sights of the beautiful park. The scenery was breathtaking and calming. He went into a couple of the shrines and noticed giant Buddha statues, which reminded him of the giant frog statues of Mt. Myoboku. "This place isn't half bad," Naruto said, still walking along the park. He also took notice of all the deer roaming around. "Okay, I must be crazy of something because those deer really makes this place feel like the forest that Shikamaru's family owns." He kept wandering around aimlessly, not really paying attention to where he was going, when he bumped into someone. Naruto quickly reacted and caught the person. "Oh, I'm so sorry, I wasn't looking where I was going," and the person, which was female from the voice, apologized. Naruto took a closer look at the person and noticed it was one of his students. "Akeo-chan?" Naruto asked, looking down at the girl. When the girl looked up, Naruto's guess was confirmed in that it was indeed Akeo. He let go of her, making sure she was okay and able to stand by herself. Sorry sir, do I know you?" she questioned him. "Akeo-chan, it's me, Naruto," he replied, pulling down his hood and sunglasses, revealing his blonde hair under the cap and his cerulean blue eyes from behind the glasses. "Eh? Naruto-sensei, why are you dressed like that? And why did you bring your guitar?" "Free day isn't until tomorrow," Akeo said. "We should sit down for this is a long story," Naruto sighed. They walked over to a bench and sat down under the shady canopy of the trees. Naruto placed his guitar case on the floor and took out the instrument. "You don't mind if I play while we talk, right?" "No, not at all, Naruto-sensei," Akeo said. Mentally she was happy and nervous at the same time. "I finally get to spend some time with Naruto-sensei," she thought with a smile. Naruto was tuning his guitar, strumming a string here and there. When he was satisfied with it, he played a few notes and smiled. "There we go, finally tuned the thing," Naruto said, smiling. Naruto strummed the guitar and went into a calming melody that he just picked up. "So Akeo-chan, do you want to know the reason I'm here dressed like this?" he said, looking at her still playing. Akeo was caught up in the melody, just nodded her head and continued to listen. "Have you gone to any bookstores recently?" "Yes." "Why do you ask, sensei?" "Did you notice a rather long line of people buying a green book?" "Now that you mention it, yes, I have, sensei. I asked the store clerk what it was, and he replied that it was a new book everyone seems to be in love in. When I asked if I could buy it, he asked if I was 18, to which I said no. He said I couldn't buy it because I was too young." Akeo recounted her story to Naruto. "I don't see what it has to do with you. Unless you stole a copy." "You didn't steal a copy, did you, Naruto-sensei?" "What?" "Heavens no," Naruto said, still playing. He looked at her. "I may be a minor, but I have a copy for myself." Naruto-sensei, that is inappropriate," Akeo blushed. Her sensei had an adult book. "How did you get a copy in the first place?" "That's easy, I had it before it came out. I am the new writer of it after all," Naruto said nonchalantly. "Naruto-sensei is a pervert?" Akeo whispered, hoping he wouldn't hear her. Akeo blushed at the thought of her sensei being a pervert. She could actually see in her mind Naruto peeping on girls during their baths. She also could imagine all the things Naruto could do to her, and Akeo shook the images out of her mind. "I am not a pervert, Akeo-chan," Naruto frowned, stopping his playing. Akeo blushed harder, since Naruto heard her comment. "I'm just opening my godfather's work to the public as his dying wish. He said it was one of his greatest works in the world, that he could never get out. Too bad he isn't here to see it blooming," Naruto lied. True, it was almost like a dying wish to Naruto. It was also true that he would never get to see it being sold in this world, but he did see it blooming. That's the reason I'm dressed like this. Someone had managed to get my picture and sending it to the news company, thus revealing who the writer of the book is. I was nearly molested inside the bus on the way here. Naruto shivered at the thought. I am sorry to hear that your godfather died, Naruto-sensei, Akio said sullenly, choosing to hear but ignore the statement about the whole bus fiasco. I didn't mean to insult him or anything with the pervert comment. Bah, forget about it, Naruto said, waving his hand dismissively. He then went back to playing another calming tune. He actually would have been mad at you for calling him a pervert. I did that once, but he just laughed in my face and said I'm not a pervert, I'm a super pervert, Naruto mimicked in his best Jiraiya voice. This caused Akio to laugh, which in turn made Naruto smile. I actually accepted that he died. I was hit hard by it at first, but I came to accept the fact that he is gone, but he still watches out for me from above, in his sick perverted ways, Naruto said with a small smile. Akio thought Naruto looked more breathtaking than the scenery around them at the moment. She looked at him as the sun's rays glistened through the tiny cracks of the leaves, letting small streams of light illuminate him. The small smile that graced his face added to her wonder. She felt more heat go to her cheeks as she stared at him, and her heart thumped in her chest. So Akio-chan, you mind telling me where the rest of Group 4 is? Naruto asked. I mean, you were alone when we bumped into each other. I was separated from the group a while back, Akio said, embarrassed. How'd that happen? Well, you see, the girls went off to buy some food, and since I wasn't hungry yet, I stayed behind. While I was sitting down, a small wind blew away some of my money that was in my hand. So I chased after it. When I finally caught it, I was lost. I had wandered around for 20 minutes before bumping into you, sensei. I see, Naruto said thoughtfully. Hey Akio, you mind watching my stuff for a moment? I will be right back. Akio accepted the request. Thanks, Akio-chan. He placed the guitar on the floor and ran off in some random direction. Akio took this time to look at the papers inside of his case. They were all songs, with tabs for the guitar. She looked at the list he knew or was learning, and was amazed that he knew some of the songs she knew too. She picked up the guitar and studied it. Akio didn't play the guitar, but she was pretty good with the bass guitar. Ignoring the bottom, correct me if I'm wrong here, 2 strings, Akio played a song she knew on the bass. She was too wrapped into it that she didn't register Naruto's presence until he spoke. You're really good, Akio-chan. Akio stopped playing, quickly put down the guitar and stood up. I'm sorry, Naruto-sensei. I didn't mean to use your guitar and Akio blubbered out, but was stopped when she heard Naruto chuckling. It's okay, Akio-chan, he reassured her. Besides, if you didn't, I may have missed hearing you play. Naruto sat down next to her and offered her something from his hand. On it was a plate of takoyaki, fried octopus balls. Here, I bought you some lunch. You must be hungry by now, it is noon. Naruto-sensei, I can't just accept food from you. I mean, I'm your student and you should. Akio said worriedly. Just take it, you must be hungry, Naruto encouraged her. He was eating his own plate of the food. Besides, it is a teacher's job to ensure that his student is okay, But, her stomach growled, interrupting her. She blushed embarrassed. Naruto smiled at her and shook his head. See, even your stomach agrees with me, Naruto said, still holding the hot plate of takoyaki to her face. Akio took it sheepishly and began to eat. After the first one, she finished the food rather quickly, just right after Naruto finished his. Here's a water bottle. Naruto gave her a water bottle he had in his vest pocket. Hi, sensei, Akio thanked him. She opened her water bottle as Naruto took out his own. As she was about to drink, a little boy bumped into her, spilling all the water on the floor. Naruto looked at her after gulping some water down. Sorry, miss, the little boy said, running away. Here, Naruto offered his bottle to her. Take some from mine, Akio-chan. Akio blushed, but isn't this an indirect kiss to you, Naruto-sensei? Akio-chan, no more buts. Just take the water and drink some, you must be thirsty, Naruto instructed her. Akio blushed even more but took the bottle and sipping from it. As she finished the water, she noticed Naruto playing the guitar but was in thought. Hey Akio-chan, I know how you can repay me back. How so, Naruto-sensei? Sing with me, was his reply, still playing the melody. Sing with you, sensei? Akeo stuttered. Yeah, Akeo-chan, sing with me. But sensei, I'm not that good. I mean, I'm not even that special. Akeo complained. She would have continued, but Naruto placed a finger to her lips. She felt more heat go to her cheeks. It's all I ask from you, Akeo-chan. Just sing one song with me, please? Naruto pleaded with her, giving her his foxy smile. Akeo couldn't handle it, and her will faltered. Just one song? She asked uncertainly. Just one song, Naruto repeated. Just choose a song from the list in the case. Akeo took the paper and looked through the songs. Sadly, she knew the songs and how to play it on her bass, but she didn't know the lyrics by heart. When she came to one she did know, she became red as a tomato. Naruto-sensei, this is the only song I actually know the lyrics to, she said, pointing to a song. Naruto looked at the title and blushed too. He never really knew why he learned that song. It's fine. It is just the two of us, right? Akeo nodded slowly. Naruto smiled and started to play the song on his guitar. Akeo closed her eyes just so she could not see Naruto if he became mad at her. I never thought by Trish Tui Trang in Asia 4, not owned by me either. Naruto. Just an ordinary day. Started out the same old way. But when I looked into your eyes, right then I knew. I found the one. Akeo. When I saw you smile at me, I felt the quivering through my knees. All along I knew someday I'd give my heart to someone just like you. Naruto. Baby, every day has always been the same thing. Till you came along. Naruto and Akeo. Now it's amazing. What a pleasant change. 1,000 words I still can't explain. I never thought I'd be in love like this. I never thought I'd be a fool just for one kiss. I never thought that I'd be here with someone like you. Never thought that I would be in love the way that I do. Musical break. Akeo and Naruto. Baby, every day has always been the same thing. Till you came along. Now it's amazing. What a pleasant change. 1,000 words I still can't explain. I never thought I'd be in love like this. I never thought I'd be a fool just for one kiss. I never thought that I'd be here with someone like you. Never thought that I would be in love the way that I do. Here I am still around and wondering, how did I make it without you? Like a fairy tale that has just came true. I'm so in love with you. I never thought I'd be in love like this. I never thought I'd be a fool just for one kiss. I never thought that I'd be here with someone like you. Never thought that I would be in love the way that I do. Naruto finished strumming the song and looked at Akeo. She still had her eyes closed. It was bad, wasn't it, Naruto-sensei? Akeo whispered disappointedly, still having her eyes closed. Well, I could be the judge of that, but why don't we let our crowd tell us what they think, Naruto replied. Akeo's eyes snapped open and she saw a large crowd was indeed watching them. So guys, what do you think? The crowd burst into applause, all of them clapping. I think that means we were good. Naruto smirked. Akeo on the other hand looked away, not used to too much attention. Hey people, I would like to show my thanks to this beautiful young woman right here, Naruto announced to the crowd while motioning to Akeo. What should I give her? Give her some money, a girl from the crowd shouted. Serenade her, came another voice. Kiss her, the little boy who spilled her water shouted from the crowd. The crowd roared with agreement. Kiss her! Kiss her! Kiss her! Akeo's head snapped back so fast that it was surprising she didn't get whiplash. Her eyes stared in shock at what the crowd was saying. She looked to her sensei and saw him in a thinking pose. He then turned to her. What do you say, Akeo-chan, should I kiss you? The crowd was silenced at the question, and they looked at the girl with anxiety. Akeo opened her mouth to speak, but nothing came out. In her head was an internal battle. One part of her was shouting at her to let him do it, while the other more quiet voice was saying that it was wrong. He was a teacher, and she was a student. She looked down on her feet trying to decide which to listen to. Naruto tapped her shoulder, and she looked up at him. Hey Akio-chan, if you don't want to I won't, okay? But if you do, no one must ever find out or I'm fired, okay? This made Akio despair even more. She wanted to kiss him, yet she didn't want him fired. After several more moments she made up her mind. I would like that kiss please, she mumbled looking down at the floor. Are you sure? Naruto asked, worried for his student. Akio didn't trust her voice, for it may have betrayed her, nodded. She then heard Naruto's sigh. She felt Naruto caress her cheek, and made his way down to her chin. He cupped her chin and made her look at him. Akio saw a look of worry on his face, as if wondering if that was what she really wanted. He then inched his face closer to hers, and had his lips hover above hers for a second, giving her one last chance to stop this. When that second was over, he placed his lips on hers. Akio slowly closed her eyes, melting into the kiss, wrapping her arms around his neck. She felt his arms wrap around her waist, as he kissed her a little harder. The world seemed to drown out as the kiss continued. She didn't hear the wolf whistles and cat calls. The flashes of light from the various cameras around were just dim lights in the distance. When he moved away and let go of her, she pouted, already missing the feeling. He whispered into her ear. Remember Akio-chan, no one is to hear about this, okay? Akio nodded. The two were greeted by a man with 2 Polaroid pictures in his hands. Naruto took one while the other was given to Akio. It was a picture of them kissing. I think I'll keep it, Naruto said, pocketing the picture. I will too, Akio said, blushing. Akio. Where are you? Akio. They heard Yuna's voices in the distance. It seems like the other are looking for you, Akio-chan, Naruto commented. Naruto turned around and saw Negi walk by looking for Nodoka. I guess it's time for me to go too. I need to talk to Negi about something. Naruto put away his guitar and slung the instrument over his shoulder. Remember, no one is to find out about who kissed you if they are from school, okay? Naruto said to her before he walked away. When he was a good distance away, Yuna, Maki, Mana and Akira finally managed to get through the crowd and to Akio. Akio, we've been looking all over for you. Where were you? Akira asked her friend. I was with... Akio mumbled the last part of the sentence. What was that? Yuna asked. I was with a boy, Akio said, flustered. The rest of the group save Mana shouted. Flashback end. It's a very long story. Naruto sighed while a tint of red adorned his cheeks. Chamo noticed it and smirked. Hey, can you look around for other people? I need to go through a change of clothes. Out in the open? Asuna shouted, getting a blush on her cheeks. Setsuna was the same. Oh. No. I'm just going to use a technique I know that puts an illusion on me to make it look like I have other clothes. Naruto took off his guitar and unrolled the scroll. Placing the scroll on the floor, he put the guitar over the center that had the kanji for storage over it. Making the ram's seal, he focused chakra into the scroll, and with a poof of smoke the guitar was gone. He rolled the scroll up and placed it into his pocket. Making the ram's seal again, Naruto focused chakra around his body. Another poof of smoke covered Naruto, and when it cleared it revealed him in his suit, but had on an orange shirt instead of blue. Naruto looked at the girls who had their mouths open. What? How did you do that, Naruto-sensei? Setsuna asked. I never told you what I was, huh? Naruto said to himself. Okay, I'm a ninja like Kid. My techniques are different than hers though, because you can call me an old-school ninja. The thing you just saw was similar to Japanese magic, but we called it Fuinjutsu. I can do a lot of stuff with seals, like the ones in the Kansai Magic Association can do a lot with charms, Naruto explained. He ran a hand through his hair, and looked at Negi again. Now care to tell me what happened?